Alright,
I need you.
we
I here for
are
that.
re-live.
Hmm?
This time we're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Booyaka!
And the stream is just gonna have to bear with me as I fix my character sheet. It's a tutorial of how to do a character sheet.
How to use the Roll20 shaped sheet.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so who would like to do a recap of last session, and does anybody have a journal?
I have a journal.
Okay, sure. Go for it, Anthony. Do your journal.
Another task added to our mission. I'm not against it, as long as it gets the job done. I may have completed the task differently, but I put faith in my family and trust, and I will follow them to the end. But if it comes to it, I'm going to beat those hags to death just until they're a red paste. I'd do anything to protect my sisters, and I won't let anything get in the way, whether it's just those floating lights or the Morrigan herself.
Oh shit, son.
That was intense.
Oh shit, son.
I didn't realize we had an edgy boy. Ooh, ouch.
Edgy brother.
Hey, I love my edgy boys. I have an entire folder filled of just edgy boys. Ian can attest.
Nice. Very nice there, Anthony.
I get emails every day.
Does anybody else have a journal?
I do.
Okay. Go for it, Adja.
Okay, so like my thought process was that she's like everybody's gone to sleep and she's writing in like her little actual journal.
Okay.
Okay. So, within a 24-hour span, I have been stabbed in the throat by a sturge, charmed by an undead fairy, squirted on by an alligator corpse, and bullied into jumping across a river. Then Alir insults my intelligence. Throughout the entire day, I watch as each of them cleave through enemies, turn hordes of undead, do impossible acts of strength, while I'm just running around and trying to stay alive. The one thing that I excel in, the one thing that I hold on to proud, my mind, my ability to process information. And Alir tries to tell me I'm even doing that wrong. Sorry, I gotta breathe. Before we even see Slovenia, Slyra wants to blindly walk up to them and talk. I don't understand why she thinks it's logical to pity hags. Most of what I've read about them describes them as evil and violent. It would be foolish not to keep in mind their base nature. Let's not forget they can shift into women. How dare she say I'm not thinking logically? And then with the same breath try to compare the love of my siblings to that of these strangers? And then she rips out the page, balls it up, throws it in the fire. Takes a sec. Savannah and my teacher have more in common than I expected. They're both hermits for obvious reasons. They aren't as mundane as the rest of the world, and the world is not kind to those who are different. Savannah hinted as much. Though Ophelia avoided talking about that part of history, maybe others won't. I don't want to overstep my bounds, but I believe there's a story that needs to be heard. And then she goes to sleep.
Very nice. I like it. A little bit of sibling drama being thrown in. Third session in. Excellent. Anora or Lyra, anything from either of you?
I had thoughts about a speech. Sorry, I'm writing old speech. Typing and talking at the same time. But I haven't had enough time to put those thoughts into actual words. Because I know what her feelings are. I just haven't. And I can't improv it. So.
That's fine. We can save it for the next session.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ian, anything from you?
No.
Okay. Well, for anybody watching, we were
Other than fuck yeah spices.
Do you spice? Do you spice? Do you spice?
Do you spice?
Do you spice?
Note to self: evidently, hags do spice.
No, it's trolls do spice because she found it in a troll's nest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't know that hags don't spice.
Oh, shit.
This is true.
Sorry, clicking shit.
Okay, so in the middle of the night, Alera just channels divinity. Just randomly calls upon her god, who looks down at her and says, "The fuck do you want?"
Sorry, I meant to click the condense button instead.
Does he look down because he's part of the underworld? So shouldn't he be looking up?
Technically, he looks from beyond, seeing he's technically in a different plane of existence entirely.
I was just making a stupid pun.
I know. So yes, for anybody watching, last week the band of siblings travelled through the forest. Through the swamp after fighting off a horde of sturges. They encountered several strange glowing lights that danced around them, and managed to slay one and drive the rest away. After arriving at their destination, they've crossed a great lake or stream and proceeded to encounter the person known as Sylvania, who they found as a hermit in the swamp. During the night, they posted up the familiar of Adja as a watch to see what would happen during the night, only to discover that two hags came out of the water and emerged as sisters to Sylvania. After confronting her, they learnt that these sisters had been changed by dark magics used or believed to have been used by another hag, an Anis hag that also lives within the swamp. They have agreed to assist by defeating this hag and attempting to remove the curse on these sisters, and through that stopping any further hag attacks on the town of Littlewater. But the first task they shall do will be to hunt down an ingredient to help make a sleeping potion to put the two sisters to sleep, so they cannot be involved in the fight against the Anis hag. And we rejoin the group in the morning after that, as they awaken and prepare to set out. Okay. So, you guys, shifts are all finished.
I'm preparing spells. I'm trying to think if I want to swap a couple around. So my character is definitely still sitting down looking through a book right now.
Okay. Rivers has made up a decent slab of bacon breakfast and has created for you a decent breakfast while you guys were sleeping. Do you guys wish to do anything? Do you guys wish to communicate with Savania once more this morning, or are you done in this location and shall be heading out first?
I do have that. Also, I have the map that I can use to locate the area she's talking about. Is there any way to make like a check to make a planned route, or is that a different type of skill?
You could make me a survival check, but use your intelligence to mark down a route if you have a survival skill.
Yes, I do. I have survival and cartographers and
Depending upon your result of this, depends upon how easy the travel will be.
Don't worry about that.
And yes, Antony, Adja both put down 1 for your inspiration
Okay.
after your journals.
How do I put that in there?
You just mark it in like the bio section. Just keep track of it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let's see here. I think I'm going to take this. Okay. Instead of that.
You get half your hit dice back.
Yep, on a
That
long
you
rest,
spent?
half of your hit dice. No, half of your total. So
Oh,
if you have, as you have 4, you gain 2 back every long rest.
cool. I have 2.
Okay.
Because I used all 4 of them yesterday.
So
Because going back to bed after the surges, I had to use my hit dice.
Yeah.
okay, so I am going to do that survival check with intelligence for trying to make a route.
Ooh. So while you are good at viewing maps and creating them, you're not exactly a swamp-faring person. So the terrain from the map you've been given isn't something you can really navigate. You feel like you haven't hindered your attempt by thinking up a bad route, but you haven't gained anything from your attempt either.
Okay, that's acceptable.
Okay. I assume you take down the lean-to you guys have created and prepare to set out. Does anybody have anything more for the morning while you are here near the hag's hut?
Mm-hmm. Oh. At least not I.
Oh, I was gonna ask, are you doing the like if you're trying to teach yourself a proficiency in a skill, are you doing the whole where Dean has it set up to spend 2 hours working on it and make a check afterwards to see if you got a success, and after like I think it's 50 successes you gain
Only
proficiency?
if you have a teacher that is proficient and willing to teach you.
Okay.
You can't just, pull the ability to do something out of your ass.
Okay.
Yeah, because like no amount of somebody waving a longsword around is going to teach them to do it properly unless they have a proper teacher, sort of thing. Okay, so as the group departs for the morning, now somewhat unsure of your course, but sure of your destination, a small grove to the south, you head out. And can I get a survival check from whoever is leading the party for this travel?
Probably Nora.
I got a +4. I don't know what you have.
I've got a +6.
Holy
Go right.
shit, son.
Prodigy.
Oh, right, yeah, of course.
And I took expertise in survival.
I don't know if maybe like my map and me trying. I don't know if that because I did only roll a 10. I don't know if I can help or if it's just going to be just eh.
I think it would just leave it as a nice flat one for this time. Because, as you say, you didn't roll great, but you didn't roll terrible. I won't give disadvantage or advantage.
Okay.
Doesn't need it. So, Honora, guiding the group back down, you easily managed to cross the stream that you previously had to jump over to head out of this area. And you start following it in the opposite direction this time, traveling down through the waters to the south. You realize that the travel's probably, as I say, going to take you about 8 hours to get there. 6 to 8 hours, depending on, travel speed. But you
Mhm.
manage to get through and keep going. And as we're going, can I get one person to make me a D100 check for the first 2 hours travel? Okay, so 83. You travel through the woods to the swamp, pushing yourself through the murky lands and forcing your way deeper and deeper into the swamplands. As your highest passive perception within the group, I believe it's a 14, correct?
15, I think.
15? Do we have a 15 now? Is
Let
yours
me
now
double.
15? You've changed.
Oh no.
Ian.
No.
Hold on. Mine would be 14. 10 plus 4.
14. Okay, so let's say as the highest.
It definitely did go up. Mine was like 11 before, or not even.
Yeah. As you are traveling along, you notice the ground starts to get boggier and boggier. Like finding completely dry patches is harder and harder as you continue traveling on. You're sure this is the right way to go and probably the best way possible, but as you travel you begin. No, it starts getting difficult, and you start moving through difficult terrain, slowing your progress. But you continue to make headway. So, can I get another D100 from somebody else for the second 2 hours?
Sure. Why not?
Alright.
Okay, so at this point it is mid-calf, or like on Antony and Honora it's mid-calf level, and on Adja and Alira we're talking nearly knee-deep muck pushing yourself through. You can continue to try and force your way through this way, and it will guide you through to the other side, or you can attempt to turn around. But this is difficult travel at this point. What would the group like to do?
I mean, I'm good to keep pushing through.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should keep pushing through.
Okay. What do the short people say? As this is knee deep on you guys at this point, and you are forcing through some very nasty muck.
If anything, I can have you guys. If it's so is it knee deep to me and it's like what, waist deep to them?
No, it's about like calf to mid calf deep on you, because you're the tall boy. But Adja and Alira are both like a foot shorter than you,
Yeah.
so it's like knee deep for them. So you're not having that much problem. Your innate strength, both you and Honora, your innate strength and your height is actually giving you quite an advantage here.
Waiting for Lyra to say something because my character's not going to be like, "Look at all these strong people; they can do this, and I can't." No, I'm going to do it. But if Lyra complains, thank God.
I'm currently compiling a spell list because I'm correcting my character sheet, so
Okay, so Alira remains silent and continues to trudge through with the rest of you. Okay, so at about the 4-hour mark, Rivers, who has been forging along quite happily with you guys, spots. Or in fact, actually, everybody roll me perception checks.
Oh
See if
fuck.
anybody else spots anything. Don't worry, Lyra, I'm assuming you're head down, just working on forging your way through. Okay. 16, 11, and 20. Oh, Lyra made it. And Tony is really just looking at the dirt. Both Adya and Alira, despite your shorter height and difficulty moving, you both notice a small clumping of trees that seems to be raised up off of the ground, and as you go past it, you realize it's drier ground up there. Rivers, who also noticed it, says perhaps we should stay here for a minute and catch our breaths, take a break, and realize where we are.
If you insist.
So you guys pull yourselves up onto this about 10 foot, 15 foot radius, diameter sort of clump ringed with trees that seem to be keeping the ground fairly contained and dry in this area. You pull yourselves up, and it's about it's coming up to about 11 at this point. Adja, it is 11:02.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm keeping serious notes about the time.
And you realize the direction you've been traveling is about 153 degrees from north.
Thank you. Thank you. It's all very important towards my maps, okay?
Yeah, your little keen mind keeping an eye on you. But you pull yourselves up for a break. You guys have been forging for about 4 hours, and Adja, as you start looking at your map and estimating the distance you've traveled with your keen mind, you realize that you've only gone about half the distance you think you should have traveled in this time period because of the difficult terrain.
I mean, is there any way that I can assess the area and try and see a different? Like, I mean, where we're at, is there a way to see, a less?
Are you doing this physically by looking around, or are you attempting to use the map to try and find a way?
I mean, we're up on a hill though, aren't we?
Yeah, it's not really a hill, it's more like a little rise. You're above the muck, essentially, by like a foot. But it's probably the highest point you'll find around here. Short of climbing one of the trees.
Well, basically it all depends. If I feel like I got a good visual of the landscape, I'll try and look that way. But if I feel like I'll cover more ground, obviously just looking at it from the map's point of view, I'll.
From where you're standing, you don't think you're going to get the best view. If you climb one of the trees on this mound, you think you'll get a fairly good view. But if you don't climb, you would prefer the map.
Guess who prepared spider climbing?
Oh my god.
I mean, okay, that's one way to do it, sure.
Hey, as long as it works.
As long as it works. I mean, man, I feel like I would do better with the map anyway. I mean, I'm pretty good with seeing stuff, but I'm better with my maps. So I'll probably stick with my map.
Okay, in that case, make me another survival intellect check.
Okay.
Booyah!
Thank
So
God.
now you've been forging your way through this muck, you begin to realize what the markings that Savania's map had initially been, and you understand, oh, that means thick, nasty bog mud. Let's go about 500 meters to the left, where it says there's dry ground.
Thank God. I make a little key on the map the best I can.
The legend of what's what.
Yes.
Yeah, you realize that you've essentially been following what is an old riverbed, which has been, it's fairly wide, but you've been going down it long ways. So, essentially, the most direct route, but the most difficult route.
Mm.
Okay. With that information, what do the rest of you want to do? As I assume Adja relays this to you.
Yeah, and apologizes for having us trek to the muck because I read the map wrong.
Well, let's go to the dry ground.
Come on, this is building character.
And calf muscles.
I was gonna say all this is building is this muscle mass which I can't maintain.
Never skip leg day.
If you want to continue down the water, I could summon a horse for you, but
Oh god, that poor horse.
I presentation everybody to try and get the muck off if they have not already done it themselves.
It takes several castings to clear most people down, but you do manage to remove the majority of the mud from your siblings. Are you guys going to be taking the better route that Adja has discovered, or are you going to be forcing your way through the muck some more?
better out.
Better route.
Okay. So after taking a short rest in this location, you forge off to the side where the drier ground is, and it takes you a while to push your way through, but once you reach the drier ground, you are able to once again travel at a normal rate through the swamp. Can somebody new, roll me a D100 for the 5th and 6th hour of travel?
I got you. 2 of them?
Just one D100. Okay, 61. You continue on with little interruption. Now you've managed to gather the route, and with Anora guiding you directly and Adja pointing out the spots on the map, they work together to help you catch up the time that you lost over the last couple hours in the thickening mud. But nothing else seems to happen. So, Alira, can I have the final D100, please, for the 7th and 8th hours of travel?
Uno más.
Okay.
Sorry, just. I'm almost done. I'm in the L section on my second level spells.
I think I got all my stuff changed over now.
Nice. I tried to get a start on yours for you, Antony. So
Yeah,
I
thank
hope
you.
that
You
helps.
got all the spells for me.
Ooh, okay. So as you are traveling along, okay, so that's
We all die.
and that okay.
3 Tarasks
Oh, well, there
As
is a
you
map.
on top of each
traveling-
other.
in a trench coat.
That's a big ass trench coat.
As you are traveling along, you start following this slightly thicker than most stream that is guiding towards the location you're heading towards. And you occasionally notice small ripples in the water here and there, but they never seem to amount to much over the time of your traveling. However, you reach this location and the waterways are getting thicker. You start pushing your ways deeper and deeper in. I should probably not be on the map layer for this. Okay. So this is the traveling order, yes? I assume?
Yes.
Unless I
so.
need to be closer for, helping with the map. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I'll.
true. Actually, it would be a Nora at the front, wasn't it?
hmm
So I'd swap those two around. There you go.
Oh, that's the front. My bad. I was looking at the
Yeah,
other direction.
you're traveling south for this mission.
Oh.
Okay. So as you are traveling south, you start noticing a noise coming from the sort of bottom area of this, I call it island, but it's not really an island, but this drier patch. And it sounds like a bleating, like an animal calling from sort of this location.
That sounded like a car screech.
Uh, you can't see anything, but it kind of sounds like a medium-sized creature, like a deer or something, in that location. But you can't see it. Do you guys move forwards?
I'm always going to suggest sending the familiar ahead, guys, to be safe. Or we could just skirt around it.
Then send your familiar out.
Try and send the familiar stealthily to see what the noise
Okay.
is.
So, you should have access to Maddox's little token, do you?
Yes, I believe I do still.
Okay, so that should help.
Yeah. Just like following the water, trying to stay low in the grass.
Un momento, por favor. Okay. Keeps getting his little paws wet as he hops
He's
along.
definitely doing the whole little shaking his paw every now and then, looking back at me probably.
It's like, the fuck are you doing this to me for? Did I do something wrong?
Do you want to be, in my mind, I'm like, do you want to be a bird? Would that help you better? Would you prefer to be a bird?
Just looks at you with a slight hint of disgust at the idea. Like he's at this point, he's almost invisible as he's traveling through the underbrush, but you can sense the disdain coming back at you. He gets to about this, and the sound of the animal noise starts sort of dying off. Does he keep traveling?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay. He gets to about there, and then he notices something half in the water and half out.
Oh, no. Oh, no!
Some kind of strange horse or deer creature that is like its back half is submerged and its front half is out, and it seems to be breathing heavily and hurt.
Never ending story.
It looks like a hurt horse or deer like creature. Do you guys like? I mean, are we just gonna leave it there?
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's definitely a trap. It's 100% a trap. Maybe not for us specifically, but for something.
I push my familiar a little closer, trying to be as stealthy as possible.
Okay, if he's trying to be stealthy, please roll me a stealth check for him.
Okay.
Okay, now let me see a thing if a thing does a thing. Not the thing, don't do the thing.
Please don't hurt my cat.
Do. So that would be this. Okay. Maddox seems to be able to creep closer and closer and nothing happens.
But it still looks like just a horse. Hurt.
Just looks like there's a horse there that's just lying there panting heavily.
So it
As he
does
get-
look like it's breathing. Okay.
Yes. As he gets closer, the horse sort of struggles to lift its head off the ground and spots Maddox and starts neighing again.
Come on, guys. We can't.
It's a pathetic, hurt-filled sound.
You guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing. They.
We can't just leave it there because it's hurt.
You guys can all hear the sounds of it as well, because you're only about 70 feet away.
Addie's trying to do puppy dog eyes towards Honora.
Alright, let's go investigate.
Okay, what happened to this whole trap thing?
Well, you heard the lady. Let's go. We gotta leave now. Thanks for talking me out of it. Boop, 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 boop.
Get back here. Get back here.
Well, Addie's going.
So Adia
Yep, I'm
crosses
following
over
behind
the
her.
water onto the second island. And Tony follows behind. Do the other sisters join? Or are they just going to stand on this first island and watch?
Hold on.
Hold on, guys. Wait up. Let the others join.
Oh, 360.
360, let's go!
What was that?
Honora does a few, walks in pace around for a little bit. Okay.
Her pathing got glitched out.
As you get to there, Adia, as you're communicating with Maddox, you hear like he is communicating with you and seeing this horse creature, and then everything goes dark and you lose connection to Maddox.
Guys, I don't know where my cat's at. I don't know where my cat. I don't know where Maddox is. I don't know where Maddox is.
You can all now see this horse on the side of the bank, laying there, bleeding and panting heavily.
Can I try and summon Maddox beside me? Does it work?
How far away is the horse?
From you, Alira, it's about 40 feet.
40 feet?
And Adia, as you try and summon Maddox next to you, feel a disconnection from him. He is not in his pocket dimension. What you doing, Alira?
Thought of doing something, but that's a touch spell,
Okay.
and I'm not getting that close.
There's something I think, don't you have, it has a 60-foot range?
Like what?
Like a class ability?
Oh! Hold on. Sorry, I was correcting my Spare the Dying cantrip. Can I, use Eyes of the Grave, please?
Okay. You look around and sense no undead in the area. This horse in front of you does not appear to be an undead creature. Okay, as you guys all stand there,
Oh fuck!
you see erupting from the water next to the horse and grabbing it by the throat. A strange creature some of you may have seen before, but with far too many limbs for the normal variant. Grabs the horse around the neck and basically it lifts its neck and it pulls the entire horse off the ground and then drags it down into the lake.
Well, moving on.
That's a crocodilian.
That horse is now gone. And I need you all to roll me initiative. No, hang on, that's not the right one.
But why?
Shit, I showed you the
We're
wrong
leaving.
thing.
You guys all ready to roll a 4 again? Fuck me.
I showed you the wrong one. My apologies. This is the one that you see that grabs the horse.
Ah!
Oh, okay.
It literally has swords and axes in its back, guys. Is it a large creature?
Why? Why
Is
is
it
it the
bigger
last
than-
3 times I've rolled initiative, I've rolled a fucking 4?
I
Staying
rolled a
on
2 as
something.
well.
This is a new character sheet, too!
As you look at it, it does not appear to be large. It appears to be huge.
Oh my god.
As in, it takes up a 15 by 15 foot square.
But it's busy with the horse, right? We can
Yes,
just
it is.
leave.
It has grabbed the horse and dragged it down.
Mm-hmm.
Eat my cat, guys!
And you can summon a new one.
Do you realize how sensitive he is? He's gonna be so pissed at me.
Fuck. Stop closing character sheets, Kieran. Takes forever to load them again.
It's not my turn first, so I will follow the group. Obviously, I'm not gonna try and go against this thing on my own.
Okay, and then...
Which way are we traveling?
Oh shit! That's a -2 to its initiative as well.
Sorry,
You're traveling
my...
southwards, so past it. You hear, as it goes through its consuming of this horse creature, you hear it struggling and splashing against the waterways before going silent. And that's its turn. Honora.
Is it still visible though?
You can see the water is still disturbed, and occasionally one of these long fin-like ridges on its back emerges from the water.
Well, it seems like it's getting its meal. So, Honora will say to the group that we should just go around because we don't need to fight this thing,
Okay.
and so we shouldn't.
Why did I prepare an expeditious retreat?
And then she will, I guess, she'll use her action to dash.
Okay, Honora.
Oh.
Take your steps one at a time, please.
Oh. Hold on. Shit. All right.
So, like, just like on the map, move one at a square. Just so I know where you're going. Okay, stop there, please.
What the f- Wait, for
As
real?
you move, the muck and dirt underneath this water is disturbed, and this thing lunges out to try and grab your leg.
Wow.
You guys moved
You didn't-
next.
You didn't use your
Like-
action. You used your movement. So
So it rolls a 17. Does it bite you? Does it manage to
Fuck,
get a
it
hold
just
of you?
hits.
So it grabs you around the leg and deals 6 piercing damage as it grapples onto you.
Fuck. 6?
Yes, 6 piercing damage.
God damn it, Floof.
You can attempt to escape its grapple if you wish. Oh, you also have your action, so you can fucking stab it.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. You ass.
So you bring your
I guess
sword
I'm actually
down.
right here because it grappled me.
Oh yeah, that's true. So an 11 will just miss you as it's pulling you around by your leg. You can't quite land a solid blow with your greatsword.
No, hold on. I'll feint. Wait. I can't think of a way that I would actually be able to feint that attack, so.
Okay. Anything you'd like to do with your bonus action?
Floof. I'm a 4th level fighter. I don't have anything I can use my bonus action for.
You have second wind and action surge.
Yes, because I'm going to waste that on a fucking crocodile.
Okay, and Nora's turn is over. Adya, you see right next to you, grappling one of your sisters, is one of these crocodiles. What would you like to do?
Um. Let's see. Can I as oh, I'm so scared to move now. I want to take like a step back.
Okay, you pull yourself back, and the crocodile is engaged with your sister and cannot strike you.
Can I do like take my ring off and twirl it, activate it a little bit, and a little diamond pops out, and do chromatic orb and do lightning damage, not lightning damage on
Okay,
it.
so you pull out your ring, you spin it around, and a small crackling orb starts appearing, and you throw it out towards the creature. With a 22, it hits, singes into its side, and sends its muscles into spasm a little bit, causing it to release your sister. Nora, you are no longer grappled. However, the creature is not dead.
Yeah, because I rolled 2-2-1.
That was really unfortunate.
You have 1 inspiration, don't you?
So, I mean, yeah, I do.
If you want, you can re-roll the damage with that inspiration.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay. all
Wow.
right,
Wow.
It's more damage at least.
It's more damage, barely.
Okay. So yeah,
I
you
need-
hit it, and it does more damage against the creature,
But not enough.
but not enough to strike it down, unfortunately. It does definitely appear quite wounded at this point, though. It's become bloodied. Anything else from you?
That was my action. I want to move anymore.
Okay.
I am going to no, I'm going to stay right where I am. I'm fine. I'm going to be brave.
Okay. Alright then. Alira, as you stand there and watch your sister being attacked by this crocodile, another one appears out from behind you and lunges for your legs. Will a 15 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. You manage to lift your leg and sort of sidestep its bite as it comes in, and it snaps at the air and misses, and then starts maneuvering, trying to get in a place to bite at you again. Adja, you see rising from the muck to your side another one, which bursts outwards and charges towards you.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to attempt to bite you as well.
I just realized I forgot to say mage armor, so we're just going to say I don't have mage armor up.
Okay, if you want to say that.
I mean, I don't
20 is a
want to,
hit.
but it feels fair. Yeah, 20 hits.
Okay, it reaches up and it grapples you around the waist and does 3 piercing damage as it gets a hold of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you are now grappled by a crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, Alira, it is your turn. Oh, hang on. Honora, the crocodile next to you, will attempt to make a second bite at you. See if it can re-grapple you. I don't think an 8 will hit, though.
Nope.
So yes. Alira, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna do my usual 1-2 punch.
Okay.
So with my bonus action, it's like I'm putting in a flanking position. Oh, spiritual weapon is what I meant. My bonus action.
Yep, so you're going to bonus action, spiritual weapon, and summon it up. You should have your little mace that you can drag out now.
I already did.
You did?
I put it in a flanking
Oh, I see it
position
now.
so that I can get advantage when I do this.
Oof,
Nice.
24, so you hit that thing.
Are you
Dealing
doing max
it
crit?
should be maximized crit, yeah.
It's
So
it's
you
6
deal
instead of
11
5.
damage,
Let's see.
which, again, it seems incredibly hurt and wounded by that strike from your mace as it reels backwards. Roll me your spiritual weapon.
Oh yeah, duh. That should have happened first. Sorry.
No worries.
This character sheet's being really slow today.
Yeah, roll 20's being. And with that, you knock it back up, hitting it under the jaw with your mace, and only for your spiritual weapon to strike down and slam it into the ground, crushing the creature's skull and killing it. However, this is also holding initiative, so I'm just going to drag it over there. Anything else from you, Laura?
Um. Just gonna move right there.
Okay.
And I look back and see Rivers fucking far away going, "What are you doing?"
He's just clapping.
He holds
Taking
up a little.
notes.
He holds up his noteboard and writes. Antony, you see your small sister has a crocodile wrapped around her waist, thrashing about, and the other one is snapping at your Honora's heels. What would you like to do?
I'd like to turn to the one that's already biting Adia's waist and hold on, I gotta open this because I forgot something, so I gotta open my other profile here.
Fuck it up, son.
What is it that lets you reroll? Is it elemental adapt? Or does it make your ones twos?
Elemental Adept, we have it homebrewed now to let you just reroll the dice, as it's more interesting than just having it being a 2 instead of a 1.
I was thinking about getting observant next time, but this would probably be better.
Alright, I'd like to hit the crocodile around biting her waist with a warhammer.
Okay, go for it. You bring down your warhammer and attempt to strike it. A 22 for 7, you crack it across the skull, and it rears back, releasing your sister, who drops to the ground. You
But I'd
have
also
hurt
like
it.
to do first Divine Smite.
Okay, so you drop a Divine Smite in there. So after the hit lands and connects, there's a small explosion of divine energy. What happens? Roll the dice. 2d8. 6 more damage. There is a small explosion crackling through the creature, and it reels right back. That's a total of 13. Okay. It's not quite dead, but it is dazed and stumbling around, unsure of what to do.
Who did?
Okay. Anything else from you, Tony?
Have that is a bonus action. No, that'll be everything for now.
Okay. You guys can now see that the waterway is turning rapidly red in the area of the giant crocodile, and what small thrashing was remaining has all gone silent now.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
It's okay. It'll just
Uh,
go after one of the smaller crocodiles. They're food too.
And Nora, what would you like to do?
I'll attack the one that tried to bite me.
Okay. Greatsword comes down another. Ooh. Comes down another wild
I'll
swing.
feint.
Oh, you'll feint this one? Okay. So you bring it down in a wild swing and smack into this crocodile, cleaving its head directly in half and killing the beast. So one superiority die. Any movement?
Oh shit! I just realized that the first attack against me wouldn't have missed because I forgot to check off my defensive fighting style modifier. So actually, my AC is 18.
Okay, yeah, you can take that hit points back.
Hey.
It was 6 hit
I
points.
was wondering why you had less AC than me.
Yeah, I was looking. It's like, oh yeah, defensive fighting style. I didn't take great weapon fighting.
It's okay. Going through all my things, I forgot I took Shield Master, which I can add the AC bonus to my Dex saving throws. So I quickly added that.
That's nice. Okay. Any movement?
Um. Oh, I gotta take them individually. Am
No,
I under
not
threat
at
of
this
more
point.
crocodiles coming out of nowhere?
No, you're not near the water's edge anymore. Okay, so you make it an advance on the other one.
Yeah.
Adia, anything from you as this crocodile has released you to the ground?
Yeah, just surrounded by my siblings, I feel a certain bit of courage in me, and I bitch slap the crocodile and do shocking grasp.
Okay, roll that touch attack. Okay. You reach out to bitch slap, but your hand literally passes through its open mouth and misses.
Everyone's heart stopped for a second.
Your sister's just about to lose her right arm, and then she doesn't. Any movement from you?
No, 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 no. I'm
Okay.
terrified in my place because I almost lost my hand.
Okay. Well, as you stand there, lunging from the water, comes another one, and it charges forth towards you.
hmm
And
Guys, I'm about to be ripped in half.
one is Adja, two is Alira. So it goes for Alira. It reaches out to bite at you, seeing you first. A 16.
Nope.
Okay, it reaches out and you knock it aside with your shield, stopping its jaws from biting down at you. Adia, the one that previously bit you, is going to regain its senses and once again come for you.
12 as to what he needs to beat, by the way.
So a 21 will then. And it once again reaches out and its jaws wrap around your waist and lift you from the floor as it throws its head back and forth. And you take 6 points of piercing damage.
hmm
And then Honora, charging out from your side comes a final one. Comes over to you over here. And then again, one is Antoni, two is Honora. And Nora, it reaches out to bite down at you. A 6 misses though.
Why
as
can't
it
I get those
crouch
rolls?
fails.
It's okay.
Actually, it would technically be the flanking. But a 12 still misses. Alira, you see the crocodile's once again bitten your sister and another one has come after you. What would you like to do?
First, I'm gonna move this there.
Okay.
That's gonna do its thing.
Okay, 24 for 11. It crashes down onto the skull of this creature, stunning it as it stumbles around from the pain.
Um.
And with that, you smash it on the other side of its head, and it once again drops down from the 1-2 combo.
Damn.
Any movement?
No.
Okay.
Wait. Let's not be right close to the water.
Antony, your previous blow struck it heavily. What will you do now? It has your sister once again.
Well, it's still biting her, so I'm gonna still try and beat the shit out of it.
Do it. Strike it down.
It's out of stamina, so I'd like to heavy attack it with Jormungandr.
But with that, you bring your warhammer down and crack it in the spine, breaking its spine and causing it to go limp and flop. Adya, you are once again dropped to the dirt as this crocodile dies. The grip on you is released, but its jaws stay in place. You're basically sat on the floor with a crocodile around you.
Mm-hmm.
Any movement, Antony?
Am I able to use lay on hands as a bonus?
And no, it's an action for lay on hands.
Okay, can I rip open the crocodile's mouth as a bonus?
Yes, you can pull open the crocodile's mouth to release your sister.
Okay.
At this point, small movements are starting to once again re-emerge from the water over here, and chunks are floating around. Chunks have started floating up, and the remains of the horse, and one by one, they're being grabbed down and pulled into the water.
Well,
Anora,
we're just creating more food for it, so.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Watch it doesn't eat its own kind.
Oh
These
no,
are its
this
babies.
giant crocodile has suddenly standards and won't eat its own kind.
or maybe it just wants more food.
I mean,
Or
Everybody
maybe
loves a
it
it's
canned
just
meal.
likes killing for sport. Okay.
well, here's the thing though. I mean, there are what, 3 giant crocodile corpses? All each and every every single one of them being larger than us.
Do mama reptiles eat baby reptiles?
You don't know.
Hmm.
But Inora, this thing has come to bite at your ankles once again. How would you like to respond?
Oh, I'll fucking kill this thing.
Strike
what
it
I'm gonna do.
down. Ooh, 21 for 15. You hit it, striking down and basically cut the top of its snout off and cause it to reel back in pain. It is not quite dead, but damn, it's close.
Damn it.
That was max damage as well, wasn't it? Jesus. Very nice.
Yep. Throw your pommel at it. End him rightly.
Two, yeah, can I do that?
I will let you bonus action end
Can
him
I-
rightly. Roll me a dexterity check, and if you get above its AC, I'll let you kill it with the pommel. you step back, rapidly unscrew the pommel, and smash it across the head with it, and it dies from a pommel strike.
Ding!
End
We'll
it
let you
rightly.
do that for the reference. uh,
I pull out a spare cap.
spare pommel,
Spare
screw it on
pommel.
really quick.
It's been a fucking while since I've done that.
But with that
Why is
strike,
Anthony in the water?
I'm not. I'm right here on my screen.
Oh, on my screen you're out over here.
we dragged himself over there to make a joke as it moved.
Yeah.
But with that, the crocodile is defeated. Alora, what would you like to do at this point?
Uh, run.
Okay.
It's just like all the crocodiles around us are dead, but the water has settled over where the giant one is. It's like, all right, let's go now.
Okay. So Benora starts to depart in that direction.
Is this terrain difficult?
This train would count as difficult, yes.
Okay, then my movement is done.
No. Going over the rivers count as difficult, but
Okay.
the normal terrain is normal terrain. Sorry.
So I was at so I used 15 feet of movement to get to where I am.
Yeah.
So
25 into the middle of the river, and then 5 up onto the other side.
boom. All right, and that is movement.
Okay. Adya, you are sitting on the ground prone, with the after having the crocodile pulled off of you by your bigger brother. What would you like to do?
First thing I would like to do is pull on my leather wrist wraps and activate mage armor.
Okay. You pull on your leather wrist wraps, and this faint purple glow starts to shimmer around you, and then dissipates into invisibility, and you feel much more protected suddenly.
Okay, that I gotta remember to do that more often. Am I prone to be like where half movement up or to get up
Yes,
or
half
okay.
movement to stand up.
Okay, so I stand up and I literally go that far.
Okay.
Ow. Ow. I'm fine. I mean, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Alira, what would you like to do with your turn?
I has to say stay behind me, but that's not behind me.
Okay. So your spiritual weapon follows up. And you've run that far. You're going to use your action to dash?
Sure.
Okay.
So 10 or so that was it. Would that be 20 or 15?
That would be 15.
I'm only gonna move there.
Okay. So you move that far. And Antony.
I really want to fight this thing.
We might not have a choice, just so you know.
This is true. It hurt my sisters, that's why.
Well, this thing hasn't hurt your sisters.
It's part of the
Emotionally-
problem, though.
Emotionally, it took my familiar away.
You got very confused as to why that mouthful didn't feel filling. Are you going to stand and call it out for a challenge? Or are you going to retreat with your sisters?
I'm gonna stand right here and wait to see what it does, so I can at least see if Adia can move farther.
Okay. At this point, you see the last of the chunks of horse meat have been gathered down into the water, and there's not appeared to be any more chunks floating. Anora.
Mm.
I will let you guys know I have 13 hit points. So hopefully nothing hits me once.
Well, I guess I'll stand here and wait for my siblings while trying to wave them over. Tell them to hurry up.
Okay.
Sorry,
Are you
crawling out
holding
of...
your Are you holding your action to dash along with them?
Well, I'm need to look at the range of an arquebus.
It's like, isn't it like 6,300 or
Fif-
something?
50. Okay. Okay.
Fairly
Okay.
decent.
Fairly decent. Yeah. All right. She'll
Yeah.
switch weapons.
Okay, so she rapidly swings her sword into the back sheath and then pulls out the aquabus which sits next to it and gets ready with it.
Yep.
Adya.
As I quickly add my arquebus to my inventory.
Adya. How would you like to move on this round?
Hmm. Let's see. So I guess it really doesn't matter. 10 feet this way.
Okay.
10 feet to get right here.
Yep.
25, 30. And all the
Okay.
while, I'm like, I'm sorry, it takes a minute to crawl out of the mouth of an alligator.
Are you going to be dashing?
Do I want to get far ahead of the people that can take hits better than me?
Seems you're pretty safe right there. So.
Yeah, I'll just hold my action. If I hold my action for a spell, it wastes a spell slot, doesn't it?
Yes, if you don't launch the spell, you lose the spell slot or spell points.
I will. I could pull out my pepper box.
Gun line.
Back to back with Honora.
Those in the front kneel. Those in the back stand.
Nah. I'll just hold a firebolt so it's a cantrip.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. Alira, your two sisters seem to have stopped here. Are you going to continue moving off?
Well, first of all,
It's quite clear that Honora is ready to keep following.
second of all,
Oh my god.
No, nice.
I'm assuming that's for me.
mm-hmm.
Oof, nice. Is that back to full health?
Yeah, it's back to full health.
Nice.
That was a good roll.
That was a second level cure wounds.
Oh, thank you.
Um,
Stop chewing on my cover. Who do you think you are?
I will.
Oh, Floof.
Yes, hello.
Oh, sorry.
Happens.
Sorry. The conditions of my held action are if the giant crocodile charges and attacks Antony, then I shoots it with the gun.
Okay, good to know. I'm assuming the same for you, Adya.
For my firebolt, yes. Actually, can it be just as general as if any hostiles come towards any of my allies, including myself?
Yeah, that's fine as well.
Okay.
So,
I'm
Alira,
only
you...
moving 15 feet. I don't want to move too
Okay.
far ahead.
That Rivers is gonna continue to come down here.
And then gets attacked by a crocodile?
No.
If Rivers dies, I'm going to write on his tombstone, died with a notebook in his hand.
I thought you were gonna say "get fucked, nerd."
Hey!
And Tony, your siblings have crossed the water and are retreating off. Are
Can
you
we-
joining them?
Can we envision Rivers as just Aizawa?
Azala
Like,
is way more badass.
100% done with our shit?
Aizawa is way cooler, though.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I actually want to marry Azawa. I do not want to marry Rivers.
Petition to
Sounds
make
about right.
Rivers better.
No, you just wait until you meet Aizawa.
Is Anya gonna have a crush? Cause I might project it. I don't care.
I mean, you guys have only met like 3 members of the Knights. It's like another 5 to meet, including the
True.
Grand Master.
And that's it.
Yeah, literally, your class is more like 50% of the membership. Well, no, it's like 10%. There are more people than that. That's just the important named ones,
In case one of your characters die, you have to be from the other class to come help.
pretty much. There is another
Class
group
B.
of 5. There's another group of 4 recruits that are all completely random and not related.
Or so they thought.
So if I introduce another player or one of you die, there is something. But it is a 1 life system. Yes, so Antoni, your sisters have retreated across and seem to be withdrawing away. Are you joining them or are you standing your ground ready to take the charge?
I see that they're leaving. I get a little bit frustrated, but for one quick second, I look around for Maddox.
It's not there.
All right, I'm gonna turn and jump the water.
Okay. Are you attempting to jump the water to save yourself the 5 foot of difficult terrain
Yes.
and move further? Okay, roll me an athletics check. Just
I
to
didn't
see how
even
well you
chance
land. Just to see how well you land. You land, still manage to keep running. There's a slight slip, but you keep your momentum, so you don't have to worry about the difficult terrain.
Okay,
So continue your 30 foot of movement.
so that'd be like right there then.
Are you going to dash to get further away?
No, I'm gonna sit here just so I can protect my team if I need to be.
Okay. With an explosion of water, the crocodile emerges out. Kind of gets like here, looks over at you guys, looks back at all the corpses, and
Oh no, are you rolling for it?
and turns back to you and then kind of puffs and starts eating one of the crocodile corpses.
Let me charge back towards it. Okay.
At this point, do you all continue to retreat and pull away from the creature?
Retreat is such a word.
Do you all tactically withdraw?
We technically
Yes.
move on.
Okay.
We're not retreating. We're advancing in the other direction.
We're advancing in the correct direction that we were going in the first place.
Okay,
We're
with
continuing on our quest.
that, you move past the giant crocodile, disturbed by the sounds of tearing leather and flesh as it consumes the smaller crocodiles in the area. And with that, the encounter is finished. And you move on. You withdraw for about 15 minutes before you feel like you've gotten far enough away to be safe. And at this point, Adja, you think it's about 4:45 in the afternoon. You have another 3 or so hours of sunlight.
Do I have a rough idea about how much of travel we have?
Yeah, you look down at your map, and I'll let you keep the crit you had last time. You look down at your map, and you think you've got another 2 hours of travel. So you should get there maybe an hour before sunset.
Though I so desperately want to take a short rest so I can summon back my familiar, my character would suggest us to keep moving.
Okay. Does everybody
Pushing
agree with the
forward.
keeping moving?
Yeah, pushing forward.
Okay. Oh, I need to remove this from that map. Hang on. 'Cause he did. I mean, dissipated.
I knew you were talking about Maddox.
Okay. About an hour later, you start pulling yourself out of the swampy forest into a much drier patch that looks more like just a fairly normal forest. The ground is more solid here. And the trees become more temperate, and you start seeing your normal oaks and elms instead of all the weeping willows and stuff from the swamp. You start picking your way down, and you emerge into a small clearing that seems to be filled with flowers and all sorts of things. And you emerge to this.
Wow.
Gee,
From
I
the
wonder which flowers we need.
From the description you were given, the flowers in the center of the area seem to be the correct ones.
Which of these do not belong?
Seem to be the correct ones. But as you get here, Adja, your keen mind kicks in, and you remember that this area was meant to be filled with some kind of dangerous plant life,
Oh no.
although you can't see anything. How
Yeah.
would you like to proceed?
Um.
I'll go first.
But. Hmm.
To the rest of you, this just seems like a serene, silent clearing filled with flowers and a fairly dense underbrush.
I'm not the best at divination magic, but you guys are pretty good about scanning the area for things that might not catch a mundane eye. Do y'all think maybe a little peek might be good before we charge in there, or do y'all just want to go?
I'd like to look over the area. I don't see shit.
Roll me a perception. Fucking Elira. At some point during your travels, you have traveled through dark forests to find places for burial and graves, and you have recognized setups like this. There is probably something very, very nasty hidden in that underbrush. You can't pick out exactly where it is, but it just seems to feel exactly like it did last time.
Hmm.
We have about an hour till the sun sets.
Yes.
There's going to be something here.
Something evil looking shrubs.
Oh, hey, why don't you just get your cat to go grab the... Oh, right, never mind.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Ouch.
Was it a genuine slip up, or was she just being mean? I'm asking. I can do an insight check if I need to.
That depends on Kayla. Was it a genuine slip up?
Nope.
Are you rolling? Are you trying to seem like it was? Or is
Nope.
it very obvious to Adja? Adja, it's very obvious that your sister meant that.
Sorry, what did I miss?
It's okay.
Alira's being
Throwing
mean
shade.
to Adja, throwing some serious shade to Adja.
She's being passive aggressive towards my character. It's okay.
Oldest and youngest. A whole
I
10 minutes between your birth.
It's funny because that 10 minutes, it literally was midnight when I was born, so I'm a whole day younger than them.
Edgy.
uh, um,
I take a ball bearing out of my pack and just like chuck it into the field.
You launch a ball bearing. Where are you trying to land? Anywhere particular?
I'm gonna take like 5 and just like
I'll just scatter shot into the area.
just to see if anything like...
Okay. Roll me another perception check after that to see if you notice any movement. Okay. One of your ball bearings hits into this bush here. Hang on, this bush here, and you see it kind of ruffle and shake a bit after the ball bearing is hit.
Something in that bush? Or it just might be the bush in general.
Take it down.
Semper Fi.
You guys could do stuff like detect good and evil if you wanted to, but only if you want to
Oh.
spend the spell slot.
If only I had that prepared today.
Or you can do like divine sense, or I mean, I don't think Eyes of the Grave, but like there's stuff like that that y'all have.
All I have is Eyes of the Grave.
Yeah.
I got divine sense, but I don't think these are fiend or undead.
You also did you unprepare detect good and evil?
No, I did not.
It's only if you guys
Oh.
want to, though. I'm not trying to do.
Oh, and Tony, don't forget to deduct your spell points for your divine
Divine
smite.
smite. Okay.
Yeah, that would have taken 2 spell points.
Where is spell point set up on this one? Hold on.
I don't think so.
Point.
I'm not the best at stealthing, but maybe we should keep watching someone just attempt to stealth to pick the flowers.
I'm pretty sure I have a +2 to stealth, and that's probably the highest, huh?
I have a +2 to
Especially as
stealth,
everybody
but
else is in heavy armor.
I have
I have a negative to stealth.
I have a +2 to stealth, but I have a disadvantage.
I look
you-
around at all my heavily armored siblings and look down at my just basic clothes. Oh god, I miss my cat. And
Do you want to like stop and take a moment or an hour to resummon it?
it'll be dark by then. Maybe can you do that spell that you usually give one of the beefier ones? That Shield of Faith thingy? Just in case.
I give you
Yeah.
shield. I'll give you Shield of Faith and Guidance.
Okay.
Nope, that's spiritual weapon.
You smack your sister with a spiritual weapon for 4 damage. Okay. I'll let you do guidance and then say once she started stealthing, you cast Shield of Faith.
Are you at
They're both
Max?
concentration.
Are you feeling well?
Oh
Are
shit,
you
they
at max
are.
health?
Yeah,
They're both concentration.
yeah. So
Um.
maybe like
could
Antony.
do
Well,
Shield of Faith.
No, I will cast Guidance, and then I won't cast Shield of Faith just yet.
Okay.
I'll cast it if, or Tony can cast it if you need it, because it's
Yeah,
a
that's true.
60-foot range, whereas Guidance is touch.
Okay. So I stealth forward. Do you want me to roll stealth before I move?
Yes. Roll stealth before you move.
And guidance gives me a +4 or a +d4.
Yes. Roll that d4. Roll that d4. Okay.
Fine.
So you step forwards, and all of you kind of wince as all you hear is the sound of leaves crunching and branches breaking from your sister, your not very outdoorsy sister, who gets to about there. Stop there.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from this bush to your south, you suddenly see a spray of yellowish pollen fills the air and whiffs towards you, and I need you to make me a wisdom check.
Mm-hmm.
A wisdom saving throw, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
19. You kind of rub at your nose and go, ugh, but it doesn't seem to affect you anything. Where would you step next?
Here?
Okay, coming from this bush here, another spreads out, and I need another wisdom save. Again, this is really starting to clog your nose at this point, but you seem fine. Yeah. Hay fever kicking in real bad suddenly. Where would you step next?
Here?
Okay. And then a much bigger spreads out from this area here. And
no.
hang on. I need Anthony and you to both make me wisdom saving throws.
The hell
Fun.
is going on?
Spores.
Yes.
Okay. Anthony, you suddenly feel the compulsion that you can't control to run towards that center point as
Oh, no.
fast as you can.
Oh no.
Oh, great.
I'm right there. I can grab it and run. How much did she say we needed, by the way?
She needed at least one flower, but 2 would be better. And there are 4 available if you wish to pick more.
Okay.
So, I just feel the urge to, or I'm
You
going
feel
to?
a
Oh.
compulsion.
Compelled.
You feel like you have to charge towards that center spot.
Now, I don't know how the order of this goes, but like since I'm here, can I go ahead and pick the flower? Or try to?
You will let everybody go into initiative mode at this point.
Hey,
roll
my
me
streak is
initiative.
broken.
Hey, I got the 4 instead.
What the fuck? There's always
There
a
has to be a
4.
4 always, because we're the quad squad.
We're the quad squad. I was just gonna
Does
say it's a
guidance
theme of us. It's a
Does
theme.
guidance affect initiative?
It's only
You've only-
once.
It's only once.
Yeah.
You're not
Okay.
blessed, you're just guided.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just it's
okay.
once before the and its ability checks.
Yeah, I thought initiative was considered an ability check.
It is. It's a dexterity based ability check. Ignore that, you didn't see that roll.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Has everybody rolled? Oh, Honora stepped away, hasn't she?
No, I'm here.
Are you?
She rolled a
Okay.
2.
What is it you
Oh, I
want?
see it now. Okay. Sending.
No, I rolled a 3 and I've subtracted 1.
Oh, yeah. True.
Alira, you see your brother sort of shake his head a bit as this pollen hits him, and then you see him lean forwards like he's about to start running.
I'm going to step to him and cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay. So you cast Lesser Restoration, and Antoni, the compulsion you were feeling shakes out of your head, and you suddenly don't feel the need to go forwards.
I immediately back up.
It's your turn, so you take a step back as your action. Anything else?
Oh, wait, it is my turn. Fuck.
I mean, all I did was move a little bit in my action.
Oh, sorry,
is
did
true.
you need more movement?
Um,
With bonus actions? Sorry.
can I see these plants? Like, which ones are, like...
The ones that were releasing the sort of puffs were this one,
Mhm.
this one, and this sort of area where these flowers are. In fact, as you now sort of focus on this sort of area, you'd notice what looks to be a large sort of purplish pad across the center area where the puff came from.
Nah, I'm good for now.
Okay.
I just didn't want you to assume.
Okay, sorry. And Tony, anything, any movement or actions?
Um, no.
Okay. Adia, as you stand there, closing in on this flower, you see movement start to wriggle and snake from the underground area around you. And Alira, the purple pad you saw, rises up and closes like a jaw on this huge plant-like body. Oops.
Little shop of horrors time.
Ah!
The
Ooh.
giant man-trap mother pulls itself out of the ground and lets out a bestial roar from its body and will attack Adya, who has once again found herself all alone, far from her siblings.
Can you put Adia on top?
Oh, yeah, sorry, hang on. Objects.
Too bad no one gave me that shield of fate, man.
There you go. Now you can see Adya.
Okay. It's okay. You're
The
within
creature,
you're within range of certain spells.
the creature rears its head back and dives it down to engulf you
Mm-hmm.
for a 21 to hit.
What?
Yeah.
It's always a 21.
See, that's
lifts-
why I really need shield of faith, because I can make it if I did shield with that. But I can't with what I've got.
It lifts you off the ground and starts shaking you around. You take no damage at this point, but you are now restrained and blinded.
Okay.
And you have total cover, therefore none of your siblings can see you.
Oh.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I thought I had given. Fuck, I know I didn't. Fuck. Ah, shit.
Adia, it is now your turn. As I say, you are blinded and restrained at this point.
Mm,
Fuck shit up.
um. I'm going to. I feel like the only thing I can do is.
You can
It's-
attempt to break the grapple on you.
Yeah. Um.
Enter your pocket dimension.
Oh, if only. Um. Yeah, that's going to be athletics, isn't it?
Yes, it would be in athletics. You can't wriggle your way after this with acrobatics, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm. Would that be your first reaction? Try to get out of this mouth, or would you do shocking grasp?
It's up to you. It's your character.
Mm-hmm. Uh. Yeah. Let's first try shocking grasp, because last time she did that, she was able to like release a grip on her. So that's her thought process.
Okay.
I don't know if it has.
17.
Ooh.
Hang on. A 17 will hit, and you feel the lightning start pulsing through the creature. It lets out another, almost like a small burp, and for a moment you see sunlight before its jaws clamp down on you again.
Guys, that's my bonus action.
Oh!
Hell.
Honora, your wimpy sister has once again found herself in trouble.
God damn it. 15.
Oh, hang on. Actually, before Adja's turn is done,
Mm-hmm.
you feel. Okay, let's not do that. You feel the acid from this creature start to pulse into its mouth and begin to digest you, and you take 16 points of acid damage.
I should have tried to break the grapple. Okay.
Oh my god.
Down to a quarter health.
Oh, good. I think I'll shoot it.
Okay. With your
Shoot at it.
aquaburst, you bring up your aquaburst and prepare to fire. A 12 against this creature will hit. Its giant form is not a difficult thing to strike. For 8 piercing damage.
Wait, what happened?
You hit it.
Okay, cool.
You hit it. It's not a very hard thing to hit.
Well, I'd hope not.
And you see a chunk of the main vine just splatters away with purple goo following out behind the green flesh. And it starts oozing from that location. Anything else you
She
do, Nora?
begins to reload.
Begins to reload, and in about 4 rounds she can fire again.
What? Say
No, I'm
what?
not going to do that. At the end of the round of combat, Rivers is just going to kind of move forwards to like stand here, and he has his weapon drawn. Says, "After you,
Oh no, lady! Oh no, ladies first.
Alira. It's your turn."
All right, I'm going to hopefully move here.
Okay, so you move to here, and as you get there, coming up past this bush, a much smaller but still nasty looking giant plant monster emerges. Come on. Front. Why is that not working? Why is that not coming out? Oh, because I was grabbing the freaking bush instead of the monster underneath it. There you go. And it reaches out to try and bite at you. Ambush tactics. 13 to hit.
No. Though
Okay.
technically I didn't try to get out of its range.
Yes, it was holding an action.
Oh. Cool.
Are these things just naturally stealthier than all of our passive perceptions?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
They are completely indistinguishable from normal plants while not making movement.
Cool. Can I still move to where I wanted to?
Yep, you can still continue to move forward as it
Cool.
didn't strike.
I'm gonna move there, and then I'm going to yet again cast spiritual weapon.
Okay. Bring up your holy symbol and channel once again the power of your god for your spiritual weapon.
I feel like you're eviscerated every single time you just like, fucking here it goes again.
Alright, I'll give it to you again. So a 22 will strike the creature for 4 force damage. However, the mace will fall short.
16.
It go to 16? Oh yeah,
I'm
advantage.
flanking.
So it will hit. So you do manage to strike. The creature is starting to look damaged at this point.
That is my turn.
Okay. Antoni.
I'm immediately going to charge forward as well.
Okay. Where are you moving to?
There.
Okay, as you get to that space, this bush to your side also erupts and attempts to bite down at you. Will an 18 hit?
No.
Okay, it bites down, but you knock it aside with your shield and continue on to help your sister.
No.
Roll me an attack if you wish.
Okay.
Or you could try and pull me out, maybe? I don't know.
Am I able to pull her out?
I mean, if we
You
kill
can-
the thing.
Yeah, you can either attempt to grapple and like climb up to its mouth and pull her out, or you can swing and try and hit it.
I feel like that'd be too hard of a task. I'm gonna try and kill it.
Oh no, I did some damage on it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use my inspiration point.
Okay, you can use that to re-roll. In
Crit,
fact, no,
crit.
an inspiration crit will give you an auto crit.
Oh, so I do an auto crit?
Yeah, I'll let you do an auto crit with that inspiration. So you
Okay, I'd
did,
also like to do a Divine Smite level 2.
Okay, so you did 9 plus 8, so you've done 17 so far.
And then level 2.
So you've done 10 plus 16, so you did 26. So 17 plus 26 is
43.
43 points of damage. You smack into a good chunk of it, and it blows open, and it flails violently. It is not dead, but damn, did that hurt.
Did it recoil it back where it opened its mouth and flung her out?
Let me see. It flings it back, and then I need to roll direction. 1d8. 4. 1, 2. Adja is thrown. So it would have been, technically you would have been there, so thrown 20 feet this way and land there, taking
Right beside that bush. Great.
taking 4 points of impact damage.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. Did that thing was that thing also holding a bonus action or an action?
It was.
Yeah. I'm
But it's a little bit too surprised at this point. Like, it wasn't
Thank you.
expecting you to appear. They don't have vision,
Mhm.
so it won't get it.
Thank you.
Anything else, Antony?
Oh, fucking points for Shield of Faith. Plus
It's
her
fine.
restoration is a touch. I can't do that. And hands is also a touch. No, that's all I can do.
Okay. The man trapped next to you, Alira, will reach out and attempt to bite you once again. For a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so it bites you and its jaws wrap around you and pull you off your feet, and you are engulfed. Okay. The one next to you, Antonio, will attempt to attack you as well. For a 17, I assume that misses.
That does miss.
Okay. Adia,
Mm-hmm.
the man, what was I called? Man trapped next to you bursts out of its hiding and attempts to bite down at you as well.
Mm-hmm. Please be low 20. Please be low
I'm
20.
assuming a 9 doesn't hit.
Thank God. No. I got 2 hit points, guys.
Just book it the other way.
I have a question.
No. That'd be
Yes,
stupid.
question?
You said it hit and it engulfed me, but you never actually said if it did any damage.
It did not do any direct damage. You have just been
Cool.
grabbed and pulled off your feet.
Sweet.
You're like, so you've actually been moved to like here.
Is she under? She's not under the same effects I was with the big thing, is she?
Yes, she is.
I'm
She has
blind.
been engulfed. You're blinded, restrained, and can't be seen by your allies.
It's okay.
The man-trap mother, in a fit of anger and rage, will start whipping its tentacles around and will attempt to tentacle strike you, Antony, after that intense hit. 21 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. Then I need you to roll me an athletics check, please.
I can do that.
Okay. Yeah, so it attempts to yank you from your feet, but you set your stance and hold on, and it doesn't manage to. However, you do take 10 points of bludgeoning damage and 7 points of piercing. So a total of
I do have the
17.
heavy armor master, so it reduces bludgeoning and
So by 3, so you take 14
yeah.
total.
14. Okay.
Okay.
And then it will, as it's shaking around so violently, a puff of pink pollen pulls out over it, and it releases an ability. The broken and damaged sections of its stalk start knitting together rapidly as the pollen fills the area, and it regains. Okay, so it regains that.
Thanks. An avocado.
Adia, as the thing next to you trying to bite you, you've just been thrown from another thing's mouth. You are incredibly hurt, and you are prone on the ground. What would you like to do? Also, your clothes are quite damaged. You were just engulfed in acid. But your book is fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what would be the smartest thing to do. Did you say? I'm sorry, I had to step away for 1 second. Did you say that the big thing healed?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That definitely changes my strategy. I am going to try and reach next to the plant thing beside me, probably snapping at me.
Okay.
And try and bitch slap it with a shocking grasp.
Okay, you can do that. This thing is also not very hard to hit, so you smack it up the bottom of the jaw and deal some damage to it, and it shakes.
And then I take my movement and go. What do I feel is safest direction? I don't want to be on the opposite side of my siblings, but can I go right there and be
You
like
can.
under the tree?
As you attempt to leave the area from the man trap, it will once again attempt to engulf you.
Oh, it can't do that.
However,
Shocking grasp. Shocking
does it
grasp.
stop its reactions?
Yeah, get to reactions to the next turn.
Excellent. Okay, so you attempt, you flee. That's good because it got 23 to hit. To be picked up by another creature.
Yeah, no. That's why I took that cantrip for the exact reason of bitching out and running away.
Fair enough. That's absolutely fine. Anything else?
I don't think I can do anything for a bonus action. I'm double checking though.
Okay.
Yeah, no. That's all I got.
Nora, your sister has been freed, and this creature is damaged by your brother quite significantly. However, a different sister has now been engulfed in a different plant.
God damn it. I will,
Bonus
Sure.
action to reload, right?
No, it's just loading.
Oh,
So I
okay.
can only fire it once per round.
Okay.
I will swap weapons to the greatsword.
Okay.
And I will go down to help Alira.
Are you attempting to pull her out, or are you just striking at the creature?
How
I will
wounded does it look?
Pardon?
How wounded does it look?
Not wounded at all.
Is
This
it
thing has not
athletics
yet
check
been
to just get her out?
Yes, it would be an athletics check to pull open the jaws and pull her out. Okay, at 14. Let me check.
Yeah, Adia the whole time was like acid, hurt, pain, ow, don't let it happen to ow.
So you reach your hands into its jaw and pull, and every time you start getting some distance, your hands slip off, and you can't manage to force it open. However, you will give Alira an advantage on her turn if she tries to pull herself out.
Alright, that's fine. I think that'll be it.
Okay, Alira, on the start of your turn, you take 10 points of acid damage as this creature starts eating away at you while you're engulfed.
Cool, thanks. Love it.
Whoops. Doesn't
I can't.
Does the mercenary life help?
Yeah, Nora starts ranting to you as you're drowning in plant acid about
Sorry,
her mercenary life.
that popped up, and all I can think is a girl worth fighting for. What can I do to get myself out of this?
You can make an athletics check with advantage if you wish to force your way out, as Nora is attempting to help you.
Cool. 19.
And 19 with that, yes, you push open the sides of the plant and basically chest burst your way out of it. And that deals a certain amount of damage to the plant as you damage its jaws significantly, and you are no longer restrained and blinded. You are out of the plant.
Cool.
But that would be your action.
Spiritual weapon's gonna fuck shit up.
Okay. So the spiritual weapon swings, but the writhing body pulls its way back and it doesn't connect. Anything else?
I'm gonna go right here because I know that will help.
Okay.
I will get up.
You stand. You pull yourself up from prone, and you move back into the position you were in. Got it. And Tony.
If this thing swallows me again, I swear to fuck.
Antony, something is nipping at your ankles, and the giant monster is attempting to whip you. What would you like to do?
Okay, I'd like to channel divinity to beat this thing's ass again.
Okay, so channel divinity for a +10 to hit.
And
So a 20 will hit for 5 bludgeoning damage. Are you
sadly,
dropping another smite into it?
I don't have enough points
Okay,
to do so.
so 5 more points of bludgeoning damage, and again, you take another chunk out of its flesh, out of its recently reknitted flesh. Okay,
And Divine Smite takes exactly as like if I use it as a level 1, it takes 2 spell points, right? And level 2
Yes.
takes 3 spell points. Okay.
yes. That would be correct, my friend.
Okay.
Done?
Yes.
Okay, the man trap's turn. This one shuffles 5 feet that way.
It's
As
shuffle.
its tentacles start moving and it starts trying to.
Oh no.
Get
I didn't think it
closer.
could move.
This one
It's
shuffles 5
probably-
feet this way.
That's probably its movement, huh?
So, yeah, they have a whole 5 foot of movement.
Okay.
But with that, 1 is Anora, 2 is Alira, sorry. 2 Alira.
Mm-hmm.
The one that recently had you in its mouth attempts to bite you down again for a 24 to hit with a crit. So you get out, you do that, and its jaws sort of, you'd like inverted them, and it just goes clamp, picks you up again,
Fuck.
and you are once again engulfed in the man trap.
Sweet.
The one coming for you, Antony, attempts to get you as well. An 18, does that hit you?
Nope.
Okay, you can't get its jaws around your bulky form, and is unable to reach you. But with that, the man traps are done. The man trap mother will,
It's called
Once
a
again-
man trap mother?
yes,
Dear God.
would once again attempt to whip at you, Antony, for a 20 to hit.
That meets.
Okay, roll me another athletics check.
Damn it.
18. So you are once again fine. You feel a tug and you almost topple, but you set yourself and remain standing. However, this time you take 12 points of damage in total.
And that's
So
with the heavy armor
minus,
monster.
no, minus the 3 goes down to 9 points.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Okay. The man trap starts shaking, and then a different colored burst of pollen puffs out into the area, and the area around it, hang on, starts becoming obscured. Hang on. So it has a. So everybody but Adja, I need a Constitution saving throw from you. And you, Alira, you're not exposed at the moment. Okay, Antonia, 13. Anora, a 21. And
Rivers?
Rivers gets an 18. Okay, so Antony, you've just beat it. You feel your eyes start to water and your mouth start to close, your throat start to close, but you manage to shake it off, and you are unaffected. Anora, you don't even feel that. You've never had hay fever in your life. Adia, this area is now lightly obscured by a dense cloud of pollen.
Okay. Does that affect anything?
Hang on, what does being lightly obscured do? It does do something. It's just disadvantage on perception. It doesn't
Okay.
affect you much.
Okay. She will pull out her ring off her finger and twist it a certain way. Pull out. It looks like a little gem pulls out, and she turns the element to fire, and she casts delay chromatic orb at second level.
Okay, pop that up. Let me see what it does.
And the point. Okay, so from a point which she aims, a 3-inch sphere sits there for a round, and at the beginning of her next round, it goes off. Everybody makes a dexterity saving throw within 10 feet of the area.
Okay, where do you want it? Directly at the base of the big thing?
Right
Do you
here.
want it there?
Yeah, that way I can avoid my siblings
And hit
and
3 things at once.
and hopefully hit 3 things at once.
Yeah, you should just about get all of those. And it's fire, you said, yes?
Yes, fire, because they're plants, right? Plants
Yeah,
don't like
yeah.
fire, right?
That's fine.
It
Don't.
was either fire or cold. I didn't know which one to do.
I love
I'd
how
think
your
fire.
higher level got you 1 point of damage.
Hey, it happens, man. Like that's I rolled an 8. Like I'm just glad that I didn't roll 3-1. Like I'll take it.
True.
That's fine. Anything else from you before I move on? Any movement?
No, I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. Honora, you just saw your sister pull her way out only to be engulfed once again. What would you like to do?
We're gonna do this the old-fashioned way.
This creature does look damaged after your sister pulled her way out. Okay. So
Do
with a
I
7
have flanking?
No, unfortunately not.
Then I will spend another superior die to feint.
Okay, so you feint and turn this blade in an unusual direction, slashing into its sinewy flesh, and you deal 13 points of damage.
Oh wait, I need to hold on. I might. Is it dead?
It is not dead, no.
Okay,
I think
hold
you
on.
add your superiority die to
Add
it, don't you?
superiority die to the attack's damage roll, and my die is a D8. Yep.
Okay, so roll
So I
another
will roll a D8. Eh,
Every little helps. It's not dead, but it is definitely seriously bloodied at this point. There are oozing wounds of pus all over it, and it
You can
is
see Alira's
not
foot
looking
poking
good.
out.
Yeah, you can now see
It's like-
Alira's foot poking out
huh.
through one of the holes in its jaws. Anything else from you?
Damn it. No, I just wish I had a bonus action attack. Or 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Soon.
Soon.
Alira, at the start of your turn, you take 17 points of acid damage as it seriously starts melting into your armor and flesh.
Okay. I didn't. 17 for me. It's like almost dead. So I was like, please tell me she's okay.
Your sister's lucky and has a lot more hit points than you. What would you like to do? Oh!
Yeah. Sorry, I
sorry.
accidentally put my hit points at 17, not actually take away 17.
Okay.
Um,
You're still alive. You're still awake at least. That's good. What else would you like to do? You're going to attempt to burst your way out once again?
This.
And 19. With that, you break off one of the jaws of the creature and then break off the other one and burst out of it. And the creature wilts and dies underneath you.
Thank fucking god.
It's also carrying initiative, so I'm just going to put it over there.
Cool. I keep killing the ones that good initiative. That was my action. This is my bonus action.
Can we just appreciate the moment of you literally just ripping this thing apart and killing it to get out of it? Like you're
Right.
just done with it shit.
It's 2 rounds in a row you've literally burst your way out of this creature, and every time you burst out, you were dealing 20 damage to it. But yes, you burst your way out and emerge, and your spiritual weapon, as you see it, once again strikes at the great creature and deals some more significant damage to it. This is now also looking seriously bloodied.
I'm gonna get up.
Okay, so you're no longer prone.
And I'm gonna go fucking, like... There?
Hide behind your great weapon system.
And
Okay.
that'll be my turn.
Okay. Antony, you are being whipped and bitten at from all over, but you see one of the monsters has fallen. What would you like to do? Oh, also, Alira, I need a constitution saving, sorry.
Cool. Nope.
Okay, after the adrenaline of pushing your way out and scrambling behind your sister, your eyes start to mist up and close and your throat begins to block and you start coughing.
Great.
You are rendered incapacitated until the end of your next turn. Antony, back to you. What would you like to do?
Can't take actions or reactions, but I can still do bonus actions.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
We can let that happen.
Well, that's why I'm asking, because that's what it says. It's an
Oh, is it?
incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions.
I will figure that out by your turn.
Cool.
Well, I don't want to go down, so I'm going to use 18 points of lay on hands.
Okay, so you heal yourself 18 points, restoring much of your health with divine energy. Now, according to Jeremy Clawford, anything that deprives you of your ability to take action also prevents you from taking bonus actions.
Sweet. So you can take that damage back from the spiritual weapon then.
No, like at the end of your turn, you started coughing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you use your action to heal yourself 18 points, Antony. Anything else?
Well, I can't hit him,
Would
correct?
you like to move out of being flanked, maybe?
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
Okay. You get to there, and the man trap will attempt to get you with a bonus reaction. It's a 6 to hit. I don't think that manages it.
Oh, barely. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. And when I stop over here, I turn and look at Rivers. Fucking
He's-
point at him and say, "If any of my family dies, you're next."
He's
these-
kind of. He has his black longsword in his hands, and he's kind of like, "You guys are doing fine. Keep it up. That thing's
He's
nearly
such an
dead. You killed the
asshole.
big thing. I'm here to watch. Remember, I'll help if you're gonna die, but you're not gonna die." But he's just standing there. His sword is ready to go, but he's not moving in.
His sinuses are crusted over from sneezing.
That is a. Oh no, he rolled an 18. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, Anthony, anything else, or is that your turn?
No, that's all I can do.
This creature attempts its 5-foot advance. This one attempts its 5-foot advance. They'll get you eventually. The man-trap mother will once again attempt to swing with its. Actually, hang on. No, it will attempt to engulf you, Anthony, for a 26 to hit with a critical.
Oh, shit.
Its giant jaw reaches down and closes over you and swings back, and you are flying through the air with it in its mouth. It like picks you up, throws you up, and then catches you as you come tumbling down. And you are engulfed.
Great.
Adya.
At the
Anything?
start of my turn, these two people need to make a dex saving throw.
Okay, so the man trap will make a dexterity saving throw.
14 is the DC to beat.
They have disadvantage because they're not exactly, dexterous.
I was hoping so.
That
5
one
movement.
fails, so it takes 25 damage.
25 fire damage.
So that would be that many hit points left. That thing does not look happy. The mother, however, will roll its dex saves.
But is it vulnerable to fire? Does it take 50 damage?
Nope, they don't have vulnerability for some reason. But
Bullshit.
the man trap also fails. It's fire, and how would you like to do this, Adja?
Which one am I killing?
The big one.
Really? Yes!
After the 10 damage from whoever last hit it, it only has 20 hit points.
Yes. Okay. The little orb explodes, and it literally just catches up from the bottom and burns its way up, and Antonia just, sits on top of its ashes.
So, Antonio, you are shook around, and then the shaking gets less and less violent, and you feel the thing sort of crumbling down below you. And then suddenly, you sort of fall out and land in a pile of dust and ash, which spreads out into the area.
I just sit up, look at the direction of Adia, and give her a thumbs up.
I'd like to take my action now.
Okay.
How bad does this one look right here? The one
The
that's
one at the
closest to
bottom?
me?
quite damaged. There is like a lot of its base leaves are singed and burnt off. Its jaws are snapping dryly.
Just to be safe, because I don't know. I would like.
Oh shit! I just
Oh
realized
no!
Anthony.
I have a smarter thing to do. I'm gonna pull out a rock, and cast catapult on it, and it needs to make a dexterity saving throw for me again.
Okay. What is the DC?
14 still.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It nearly made it. It rolled an 18 and then a 13. But that means it hits for 20. Jesus fucking Christ. Bludgeon. That's a shit ton. Yeah, so you just aim this rock and just bursts straight through its jaws and explodes out the back of its mouth, killing it in an explosion of gore and pus.
I was gonna say, like, Adia has serious, like, not text anxiety whenever she knows she's killing it, but whenever she knows she's literally being the suckiest of everybody, she gets major test anxiety, and now she feels a little bit better about herself.
She did just get the killing blow on 2 of the creatures in a single round. Any movement from Adia?
Does the pollen has dissipated, you said?
Yes, with the falling of the creature, the pollen has dissipated now.
She is going to move closer to her sister to check on her,
Okay.
and that's all she does.
Honora, there is one final slow-moving plant creature on the map.
Alright, I will try to kill it.
Okay. You're gonna draw your aquaburst or hit it with your greatsword? Hit it with your greatsword.
Gotta hit with my greatsword.
I'd throw rivers at it.
I could probably do it too.
Have him
I mean,
actually
you could
deal with
try.
something.
I'm not gonna, but
Oh.
That greatsword will hit though for 9 slashing damage. You start choking chunks out of its undamaged flesh. Does not look
yay.
happy about this. Anything else from you?
Nope.
Okay. Alira, you are incapacitated, but you can make me another Constitution saving throw now. Okay. With 13, you feel you're starting to come out of it and you're starting to be more released, but you are still incapacitated. And Tony, you found yourself in a pile of ashes surrounded by these purple flowers that you were meant to be picking. And there's one more snapping plant monster there. What would you like to do?
I am not a delicate flower picking man, so I'm gonna go run and hit the flower.
You don't want to play Skyrim?
I think I might ruin the flower if it's like a nature check or something. So
Okay.
I'm going to run up to the plants, put my shield behind my back, and try and two-hand my hammer against it.
Okay, so mark down minus to your armor class.
Yes. Then would that be the versatile one then, or the regular
That
one?
would be the versatile, yes. That is the two-handed strike.
Okay.
For 12 bludgeoning damage, you bring your hammer down on its back, smacking into the vine and causing it to shake violently and let out a more of a squeal than a roar, like it's the mother did, but it still takes a lot of damage. Anything else from you, Antony?
That would be all.
Okay. As you stand there, another puff of pollen comes from this bush here, and I need you to roll me a
I knew it.
wisdom saving throw.
I forgot there might be another one.
However, with an 18, you feel no compulsion at all. Okay, 1 is Honora, 2 is Antony. Okay, however, the one you just struck turns and attempts to bite down on you for a 19.
Fuck! I
Fucking-
put my shield away. Yeah, it got me.
It bites you and pulls you off your feet, and you are once again engulfed in one of these creatures' mouths. Adia, your brother has been taken. What do you do?
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm gonna do another chromatic orb.
Okay.
So same ring, except this time, it's a diamond.
Okay.
And I'm going to stick with fire damage, because even though it doesn't do more, it seems to be what's working for her.
Very thematic. However, a 10 is not going to strike true. You just
Yeah.
miss its jaw and the bolt flies off and starts incinerating a flower bush.
Yeah, oh, poor flower bush. Oh, you had just deleted a flower bush.
Yeah, the flower bush is dead.
That's my turn.
There you
Flower bush comes alive and scampers away.
go. Awakened flowers.
Fuck this, bitch, I'm out.
Anora, your brother has been engulfed. Your siblings keep getting engulfed.
Damn it!
What would you like to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't be getting flanking as he is inside the creature.
That doesn't work.
Alright, let me bring you to front. There you go.
Thank you.
So a 14, however, for 10, you will smack the creature's stump, and it will take a great deal of damage, but it is not dead yet. Anything you would like to do besides from that?
Yeah.
Niet? Okay. Alira, you are finishing coughing and splurting. Please roll me one more Constitution saving throw. Just the remaining pollen in the air seems to be attracted to you, and you almost have to hold your throat as you fall to the ground and start rolling, struggling to breathe at all.
I
Antonia,
hate that, like the coughing where you can't catch your breath.
right? Antonia, at the start of your turn, you take 13 points of acid damage as it starts eating into your armor and flesh. So
Of
down
my
to
armor.
yeah, so your armor is not looking healthy. In fact, your armor, Alira's armor, Adia's clothing, all of it looks pretty bad at this point. But yes, what would you like to do now? Would you like to attempt to escape?
Yeah, I want to break out of this bitch.
Okay, athletics check. At 19, you burst out, very reminiscent of your sister, and this creature almost explodes around you. You sort of flex and then slam your arm sideways and literally rip the creature in half, and it dies.
That's what happens when a snake tries to eat an alligator.
True.
True that. And with that, you are out of the man trap.
I thought you were
Anything
gonna
else you'd
say.
like to do? And with that, the ground opens up and 3 shambling mounds appear.
No, I thought you were gonna say. And with that, this one comes alive.
I mean,
It would take a
It's
very long
doing
time to get
things.
you.
would my character have seen like the orientation of the
You probably would have seen where the pollen came from. However, it has remained motionless at the moment.
Okay.
Anthony, anything else you would like to do on your turn? Any movement?
No, stay right here.
Okay. Nothing else seems to happen across the battlefield. Adia.
Okay. I mean, eh. Just to be. I mean, is it a stretch for me to think to aim a spell or something in that direction?
After seeing what else has happened and then seeing the burst of pollen, you can assume it's the same thing. However, it hasn't emerged and become hostile yet.
I'm still like not sure. Don't trust it.
Okay.
Catapult again with another rock. I have 4 more small rocks in my hand or my
Okay.
pocket. At first level.
So it will attempt to dodge. Ooh, it almost does, and then the disadvantage kills it. Oh, it doesn't kill it, but hurts it.
Yeah.
And as you strike it, it does burst out of its hiding and screech and roar, having taken significant damage.
I'm trying to read because it's weird. On a save, the object strikes the target and
It shouldn't. There
Okay.
it should be It shouldn't be a melee spell attack. It should just
I
be.
don't know. Yeah, I was trying to figure out why there was a melee spell attack, but I think I just made it wrong.
You just unclick it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should have a saving throw on there instead.
Yeah, I'll fix it.
Okay. Anything else, Adja? Any movement?
No, I'm just like waving my hand in front of Alira's face, trying to like get her some fresh air or something. So,
Try to clear some of the pollen that's going towards her mouth and throat.
Yeah.
Okay. Honora, one of your sisters has collapsed, struggling to breathe. Another one is fanning her face, and your brother has burst out from one monster. A fourth monster has appeared in the background and is roaring in pain. Okay.
Sorry, those are retroactive con save for my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Would a medicine check help with a healer's kit?
Yeah, if you would like to attempt that, you could attempt to help her out with the medicine check.
Yeah,
You would use
sure.
up one of your uses of your healer's kit.
If not, I got something to help her too.
Okay. So you can roll me a medicine check with your healer's kit to see if you can assist her.
Does the healer's kit give me anything like advantage
It
or
gives
like?
you the ability to make the check.
Nah.
You don't make it worse, but you don't make it better, unfortunately. You've not seen this kind of pollen in effect before. In these sort of under tunnels you were used to, there weren't really these kind of creatures. So you're not sure what to do. But you don't make it worse. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Alira, make me one more constitution saving throw. See if you can break out of it.
Watch, I'm gonna fuck it up because, my good rolls went for the spiritual weapon. Ayy!
With this, you sort of cough and half vomit, half spit, and dislodge the chunk of pollen in your throat. You gasp in, and you can breathe freely again, and you are no longer incapacitated.
Sweet.
And Tony. There
That
appears
was,
to be
that
one
was,
more
that
man.
was my whole turn?
Yeah, the end of your turn is when you make the check.
Cool.
And Tony, the final creature has emerged and is a distance away from you, and you've seen how slowly these things move. What would you like to do?
Re-equip my shield and then walk over to it
Casually stroll?
and hit it with one.
Attempt to strike it? Okay, you manage a blow against its flesh, dealing 6 damage, so it should be damage would be that now. However, it is going to return the favor and attempt to engulf you once again. For a 23 to hit.
What the f-
You are once again grabbed and dragged into its jaws, lifted from your feet. Adia, you see your brother engulfed by the creature you awoke. What would you like to
Way to make me feel guilty.
do? That was the intent.
I mean, it's fine considering I have a +6 to athletics, but fuck this plant, man.
Yeah. Catapult it again.
Okay,
We'll see if I fix the spell.
you did.
man.
So, shame it messed up the damage.
Fuck. That's my luck.
So it will attempt once again for dex saves. A 10 will not save, so it takes the 8 damage.
So lackluster compared to that 20 the first time.
Right? That was a damn nice hit.
Yeah.
Okay, it screeches in pain, but it is not dead. Anything else from you?
No.
Okay. Honora, your brother has once again found himself engulfed by a plant.
God. Fuck. God. Damn it! Every time one of you guys gets swallowed, the goddamn it just gets more intense.
Just throw your sword like a spear. Giant piece of metal.
That'd be interesting.
Arquebus time.
So you
Oh god.
once again swap out to your arquebust. Move a few steps closer. but the recoil in your hands knocks it off sideways, and you see a chunk of tree bark in the distance just explode from one of these trees in the background.
Damn.
Well, that sucks. I don't suppose I could feint then.
Can you feint ranged attacks?
No, I don't think so.
Say, don't think that
Here,
far.
let's read it. Within 5
No,
Five
feet.
within
feet of
5
you.
feet. Yeah.
What?
Oh, it's a point blank range attack.
I don't
Anything else from
believe
you?
it.
Come on, Alira. Let's see that bonus action. A double comedy.
I am going
I
to
use my carpenter's tools to build a wall between me and it.
Okay, so
we Minecraft now.
And Nora is now occupied for the next 300 rounds.
We're going to build a wall.
And they're gonna pay. There.
And the plants are gonna pay for it.
I mean, if you're building it out of wood, technically they are.
Oh my god, you did not.
Alira, what would you like to do on your turn?
Well, there's
Up the
like
butt.
and Ken.
Up the
And
butt.
you on your turn. Coconut.
I'm just thinking something up the butt.
I'm going to get up and move to right here because that's all I can fucking move to. And I'm going to bonus action spiritual weapon.
Okay, your spiritual weapon swings down towards the creature. For 23 for 5 damage, that strikes, and the creature lets out a yelp of pain, and you can almost see the form of Antony bulging around inside it.
And you see she's starting to reach for her holy symbol as I prepare to do something on my next turn because it wasn't fucking close enough to do with this turn. Fuck you!
Antony, on the start of your turn, you take 19 points of acid damage.
Oh my fuck! I'm at 1 HP.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you are 1
Welcome.
HP and barely holding on as your skin and flesh starts melting under this acid.
I feel
What
so
would you like to
guilty
do?
right now.
I'd like to break out, please.
Okay, roll me that athletics check. Oh, with a 13, you are unable to force your way through this creature's mouth.
Someone's going
You
down next
remain
round.
restrained.
In the arms of
No,
the angel.
No, no.
As soon as I can see him, he's fine.
Anything else on your turn, Antony?
He'll be fine as long as I can see him.
I doubt part of the digestive system is to spit him out.
I'm
That seems
sure
very
that as soon as he's dead, or the creature is dead, we will carve
Is
him
acid
out.
considered necrotic?
No, it's not
No.
considered
Okay. Then no, there's nothing I can do.
The creature, with its prey in its mouth, takes 5 feet step away.
Bastard.
You bitch. Can you
How
do
can we
a
possibly
reaction
catch up
with
to
your, with your spiritual weapon?
And on
I don't
its
have
turn
Warcaster.
will crunch.
I
What?
heard crunch.
It will deal
No. Okay. Please be
7 points of bludgeoning
Okay.
damage to you, Antony.
So that's 4 points of damage because
Yes.
I have the armor.
Your
So
armor.
you're still fucking down.
Yeah, but still, I'm at -3 now.
You're just at 0, like unconscious.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
a
yeah, 0.
negative
Oh,
on
okay.
5e, unless you go all the way to minus your max health and die instantly. But Antony is now inside the mouth of this creature, unconscious. You all see the flailing that was happening inside just suddenly stop. And the creature's jaw goes limp as it crushes down on your brother. Adia, it's your turn.
Does her spiritual weapon get an attack of opportunity?
I don't have Warcaster.
Oh, okay.
It also, spiritual weapon doesn't get one, as it isn't a sentient creature. It isn't a creature, it's an effect.
So, I'll burn like just about the last bit of my spell points to do a second level catapult on this dude.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Ooh.
That damage, though. This is going to make the
That-
first double deck save against you.
That only did 3d8. Don't tell me he succeeded.
I am sorry, but I have to show you this.
Did I crit?
It wasn't a crit. It was 2 crits in a row.
Where'd you
I
post
posted it
that?
to Knights Ordained. You can look at the print screen.
Oh my
Does no
god.
damage then.
Your catapult flies off into the distance, and you all hear the sound of a tree collapsing as its trunk gets blown apart.
And
Just
Adia
a
just like
shrapnel from. Just a shrapnel killed.
No, it does
unlike
not.
Nora's angry fuck, Adia does like a crying fuck. Like she's screaming, but it's a crying fuck because she's just like really distraught that she's not able to, help her brother who is fucking hurt.
Nora, it is your turn. Your brother has stopped moving and struggling against the creature that has engulfed
Well, we going all out then.
it. Charge!
Charge!
You strike into its flesh with your weapon. You don't quite bring it down, though.
Then we'll do a good old-fashioned action charge.
Okay. You axe and surge, using the fury at your brother's engulfment to strike again. And with this, you pull your sword back for a second hit and hit in the same spot, cleaving the stump in half. And the flower tumbles and releases. Your brother spills out onto the ground, rolling away, his armor almost entirely dissolved, his form melted down. You can see bone in places. And a pool of acid starts eating the ground around him.
It'll be fine.
Anything else from you, Honora?
Hold on. So, unrelated, I've been cycling through this book title generator to get names for these campaigns that I'm thinking up of,
Yeah.
and this is one of the ones that came up.
I love it. I love it. I want to read that book.
I wish it would have said conch shell.
Conch.
Sorry.
And there's on the same page. There's Fish Without Hope. Dead at the Frog. Oh, Fog. I said Dead at the Frog. What the fuck? Anyway, no, that's it. That's my action, bonus action, and most of my movement. Well, I'll get there. I'll use the last 5 foot of movement.
Okay. So you do that. Alira, your brother is unconscious and bleeding out on the floor. As I said, you can see pieces of bone around his legs where his knees should be.
I'll move 30
and he's
feet.
not healthy.
And I will cast Spare the Dying.
Okay.
I don't know why it has a deck save. The fuck?
Okay. So Antony, the blood that was pumping out of you suddenly stops and starts pulling back in. And you are no longer having to roll death saving throws.
Deck saves.
Deck saves. Deck saves are long.
I pulled that from the compendium, so it's like, what the fuck?
Antony, you're unconscious. Or Antony, please roll me a 1d4. You'll wake up in 4 hours unless somebody heals you.
Yeah, I can't get to him because I used.
No, I was just if people don't want to spend the points, he will wake up in 4 hours.
I mean, we're sleeping anyway, so.
None of us can carry your big ass.
Yeah.
Nora probably could, especially with Alira's help.
I mean, we'll just set up camp here, you know? I mean, we got a tree that was conveniently cut down for
All
firewood.
the wood I need to make a shelter.
Yeah.
I will.
Start
Are we at
punching random bushes with your spear.
I'll use my action to dash to get to him.
Okay. With that, we are out of initiative order now that the combat is done.
Cool.
And you may act freely.
All right, I will.
This is my specialty.
Well, I was here first.
Okay, I need to do it first because I will get the most out of it. Him being at 0 hit points.
Oh, that's right. You're a great player.
Yeah,
You have a thing.
I have a thing. As I said, this is my specialty. Okay, I'm not gonna actually click it because whatever. I don't want to actually roll it, but Cure Wounds second level would be 2d8 plus 3,
Yep.
so 19 hit points. You get full.
19 hit points. You see the flesh around his legs and arms reknit, and the body mass starts coming back together.
Circle of Mortality.
And Tony, you are conscious once again. Your once proud armor seriously damaged and destroyed in places, and you feel some great pain in your legs. But you are awake and you are conscious, and your siblings are around you.
Hey,
Hey there, buddy.
you got any hand magic you can spare?
I've got 2 points, and I've got some restoration if you need it. Lesser restoration.
You got your healing
Let's see.
hands as an Azamar. Have you already used those? You should have 4 points of healing as an Azamar.
Is he? That depends if he's the right type of Asimar, isn't it?
All Azamars get it.
Oh, all do. Oh, okay.
hmm
I gotta look that up again.
As someone who has played every single race of Azamar, trust me, I know.
Fair enough.
If I look at Adia, how bad does she look compared to myself?
She's literally crying and she feels so guilty. All you see is guilt on her face because she almost got her brother killed.
All you see is guilt, a lot of blood, and quite a lot of missing flesh from acid.
I have not taken a single hit point of damage in this entire fight.
The second toughest person here avoided all
Did I
combat
even
and
get?
damage.
Did I even get targeted?
No, I don't think you did.
No,
so
because
I'll-
this was Well, move over. Okay, my spiritual weapon fucking goes away because it's probably been a minute.
Yeah, like Adia, she's like her left arm is essentially useless at this point. Like her left chest area is almost burnt away. She's
I
not
know.
healthy.
I
at all.
will use the last of my spell points to cure you.
That's basically almost half. Not quite there.
Low hit points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, it's weird because this token's not linked to my new character sheet that I've been working with from.
Yeah, I'll get that fixed for like the next session.
So what are you at? 8 hit points?
9.
Not. Oh well, you have more hit points than me.
Yeah.
I've got a potion of healing if you guys would like one.
Oh,
I'm fine. Don't waste it on me.
I mean, if we're gonna sleep for the night.
Yeah.
And Nora, just maybe wrap us up. For RP purposes, not actually
Yes.
use your healing points.
Well, I also
Yeah, but-
don't have the healer. I don't have the healer feat. I literally just got a.
Healer's kit. He can stabilize
healer's
people.
kit?
That's it.
So I
I
can
also have a
stabilize
healer's
you.
kit. Yeah.
And I could put band-aids on you.
Yeah, that's just do it RP style, not like actually use your resources, guys.
Yeah.
I also kind of just almost numbly check out the flowers and start picking all of them. Trying to busy myself because I feel immensely guilty for
I
some
was-
reason.
Trying to fucking use my channel divinity, but I was incapacitated for 4 fucking rounds.
Right.
That really is.
Just got
What
so
is your
unlucky on that.
channel?
Path to the Grave. It was like I would curse. I was out of range of the last man eater because I have to be within 30 feet of it, and I had to get up from prone, so I only have 15 feet of movement. So I was out of range, and it's basically you curse a creature, and then the creature has vulnerability to all attacks that the next hit from you or an ally. So basically, it did double damage.
Oh.
It's like, as an action, you choose one creature you can see within 30 feet, cursing it into the end of your next turn. The next time you or an ally hits with the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has vulnerability to all the attack's damage, and then the curse ends. So, it'll be great to use in combination with Adia and her big, her big spells.
Okay.
Can I punch Rivers in the stomach?
You head over to Rivers, who is standing there, and he's like, you did excellent, guys. Well done. I was very impressive with how you dealt with that. Like, there's not a hint of sarcasm at all. This is actually genuine praise.
I'm pretty sure he's going on pure emotions and healing high right now.
I think
Are you
about
actually
using
going
my
to
channel
punch him?
divinity to do Path of the Grave on Rivers, but then I don't.
Are you attempting to punch him still, Antony?
Yeah, I'm still gonna punch him in the
Okay,
stomach.
roll me a strength check.
Strength.
Yeah.
Saving throw or just strength check?
Strength check. Okay.
I'm too weak.
He takes a half step backwards, and in your still very damaged state and like recently unconscious, you sort of swing, and he just steps a step backwards, and you kind of stumble.
I
Right,
just
there's
turn
no
it
need
up.
for that. You did very well. You don't need to try attacking me again.
Fuck yourself.
I'm here to observe, to see if you're good enough to do this on your own. None of you died. I would have stopped that.
Honora is just building a shelter at this point. She's like sawing off pieces of wood, forming them into workable planks.
Somehow pulling out a bow saw and
Hey,
Rivers, do
Lyra.
you know mend?
Lyra, do you think you can help me with these plants? If
Probably
not, it's okay.
not.
I do it by myself. Don't worry about it. And I just start picking the flowers.
Oh, it's okay. I'll help.
No, work on the shelter. I need sleep.
Does Rivers know mend?
Rivers does not have any magical attachment.
Damn.
Honora's
Look,
not so
it's the same
tiny hut.
Honora's not so tiny.
Clear out the area around it.
I just reach next to me and just pick up the flower.
Okay. Roll me an nature check. No, it's a fucking flower. It doesn't take a lot to pick it. Jesus.
And I just hold it up to Adia. I'm like,
I mean,
here.
I'm already picking the flowers.
How
Roll.
many? There are 4 of these flowers that you can pick. How many do you take?
We're fucking taking
I
all of
grab
them.
2 and let her grab 2.
Okay. Mark down that you both have. Oh, wait, shit. Where is it? Hang on. I have a thing for this. 2 night flowers.
Then, very exhausted, Audio will focus on, for the next 30 minutes, setting up alarm spells around the camp.
So,
She asks Rivers where he's camping for the night.
so you essentially want that, yeah? I'll say that's
Yeah.
what you can manage in 30 minutes. That's
I do want it to be where, kind of like the shelter's not in the shelter's not direct center. More like make the campfire direct center. That way, we'd have at least a little bit of distance between Rivers if he wants to be further away. Does that make sense? Basically, just pushed it up north a little bit.
River says he's just gonna essentially go there in those trees. and it's fine. He doesn't need it moved anywhere, mostly because the DM doesn't want to have to deal with that.
Okay. After doing that for 30 minutes, I'll pop a squat right beside the fire and spend an hour getting my cat back. I'll pull out the brazier, spin my herbs and my incense, and get Maddox back.
Maddox appears next to you, seeming totally unfazed. He's just there licking his paw, rubbing his face, completely unfazed, but has his back to you.
Oh, please don't be mad at me, buddy. She's talking to him mentally.
Okay. He is not responding. He is just lick, lick, scrub face, lick, lick, scrub face.
You know, I understand you being mad at me, but don't be mad at, like, the rest of them. Will you at least try and cuddle with Antonia? He had a pretty bad day, too.
Sing a sad song.
You hear a faint huff come back over the link, and then he goes over, sort of crawls up, and becomes essentially a neck blanket for Antoni. And Antoni, you just have a giant floof across your neck now of cat.
Thanks for
Yes.
the further description of that.
You don't have me on your neck. Yeah, Maddox comes and cuddles with you, although you still don't get anything across the link apart from a couple of huffs every so often, Adya.
Yeah, I know. She kind of just sits by the fire for 30 minutes or so, writes a couple notes down, basically what she observed from the plants and stuff.
Rivers does say that he will take watch for the night because you guys deserve a rest after that. So you don't need to worry about watches, he will run them.
At least he's doing something.
After Adia's able to compartmentalize what happened, she'll go find like a corner by herself and curl up and go to sleep.
Okay, so
The alarms are audible too.
okay. So you all settle down and fall into a peaceful, deep sleep. As you relax for the night, Antoni, something comes to you in your sleep.
Oh
And I'm going
no.
to drag you down to the GM Whispers. Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry,
Kayla,
stream.
you can come too. Kayla, you can come too. Just
Oh, cool. I just won't
'cause,
listen.
yeah, please, thank you. Hello,
Hello.
Antoni. As you rest from your near-death experience, your dreams are completely blank. You see nothing but darkness. And for a while, that's how the dream goes. But then you start hearing a sound echoing out, and it's a faint cawing of crows echoing across your dreams. And then a moment later, your dreams start to wave in front of you, darkness changing and shifting. And then you see yourself on a battlefield, stretching out as far as can see, corpses lying everywhere. In the distance, small fights still raging, fires burning in various points, and all around you just discarded weapons. And sitting on the cross handle of a giant greatsword, equally as tall as you, is a crow, and it looks at you, and it caws once again. And then you realize that you're lucid, and you can think and move as you wish in this battlefield. How do you react?
After seeing the crow staring at me, I immediately get on one knee and look up to it, as if, kind of praying to it.
Okay. It caws once again, and you bow your head as you pray to it, and close your eyes. And then a few moments later, you feel a finger across your jaw, lifting your head up. And in front of you, in a long black robe standing in front of you, is a woman. And then behind her, to either side, you see two more standing there, just like her. Apart from the fact they're female, you can't tell any distinguishing features from them. But they all appear very similar, and they just look down at you expectantly.
I would know who this is, right?
You would know that this is the three Morrigan, Morgana.
Morgan, yes.
No, three Morgana, which are the three aspects of the Morrigan.
Yes. Okay. What would you ask of me?
So close, once again, to our realm. So close, yet your task is not done in this world. Why? And as they're talking, they're all talking in perfect unison, and it sounds like a single voice coming out from all three of them.
It was a little mishap. It happens during the battle, but I have full faith in my companions and family. I always knew that they had my back, and I will continue to finish my task. I won't come to you early, I promise.
Full faith in your companions, just as we had full faith in you. But is the power we have given you not enough to complete what you need?
I believe the power you have given me is doing an excellent job. I believe I will continue down the right path and continue fighting under your faith.
They all nod in unison, seemingly pleased by your answer. And as one they say, "Good. Now, do not come so close again. You have much to do, and we need our hand in the world." And with that, they all come around you, and they all place their hands on the top of your head, and you feel a slight burn, which then soothes into a soothing feeling across your scalp. And you close your eyes, and then open them a moment later, and you see the crow once again on the cross hilt of the sword. It caws once more, and you awaken out into the world, and it's morning. Your siblings are around you, and the vision seems to have ended. You gain the touch of the Morrigan. This is an ability you can use once. It will grant you advantage for one fight on all weapon attacks.
Oh my god.
You can choose when you wish to use it, but you can only use it once.
Just once ever? Okay.
Just once ever. Okay?
Okay.
We shall now rejoin the others.
Yes.
Hello again.
Ah,
Kayla, you can rejoin us.
she's here, is she not?
Kayla?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. Yes, so you all awaken in the morning. You have all had a long rest and are woken, feeling refreshed and ready to continue after the ordeal of the night before. Rivers looks at you, holding what appears to be a metal cup of coffee that he has prepared on the fire, and sort of sips. "Morning, kids. How you feeling today?"
We should just go back to the whole observing thing.
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing well.
Good morning.
Of course you're doing.
night
Is my
was
cat
quiet
still
and
mad
nothing.
at me?
The cat kind of stretches out as Antonio starts moving, and then comes over to you, sort of nudges your leg, and then reaches up with one paw and kind of not points towards its mouth.
Oh
It's like,
shit!
eh.
It's hungry. Okay. I got some kitty rations, and I press digitation to make it think like it smells and tastes good, like what cats like.
Okay.
Hand it to it.
Your cat consumes it and then starts purring and rubbing itself against you. It seems all is now forgiven. Okay.
Was that a passive aggressive thing? Nora?
Baby.
My character is totally better now, and she smiles, and she asks if Rivers got any more of that Joe.
Yeah, there's a part of it on the fire. It's been going for a while, but it should still be good.
Character does not complain. She goes to fix herself her own cup of coffee.
I would also like to point out that probably the way that Honora would have spaced her 8 hours is like first 6 was sleep, and the last 2 was like cooking food and helping with the coffee and shit.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. So the coffee is significantly better than it was going to be, Adya.
I just take a smell of it and I'm like, thank you, Honora.
It goes from like being like a 5 out of 10 rating coffee to being like a 7. It's not, properly made, but it's about as good as you'll ever get out of campfire coffee.
Oh yeah.
It's coffee in a tin that she just like pours into water and then
Somehow
she just
your
like
touch
she
makes it
opens up
better.
it. Basically, yeah.
Gotta
You
drink my
just
glowing coffee.
actually keep it stirring so the bottom never burns. That's really the trick.
So, the morning comes, you guys are rested, breakfast is prepared between Honora and Rivers, and you guys have gathered the flowers that you have needed to gather. How would you like to proceed?
Perfect. And we're all fully rested and healed up, and everything's
Yep.
reset now, right?
All of you have
Okay.
had a full rest. You gain your hit points back, your spell points back, and everything is good. You also recover from your down, so you're back to having 3 downs before you die.
Yay.
Because I do fall unconscious 3 times in a single long rest period, and it's down properly.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm looking at my spells real quick just to see if I want to change anything around.
Okay.
But if I do, that's what I spent my time doing.
Okay.
Morning before we left.
So you gather yourselves, you prepare your morning spells. Antoni and Alira both do their morning prayers to receive their spells. Adia reads her book like the nerd she is.
Look at the sun and get the positioning just right. Try to remember exactly where we are in location. Leyland. Line.
I'm also petting Maddox as well because I'm happy to see him back too.
He is sticking close to Adia, but is accepting of your pats.
Yes.
Yes, so you gather up and head out for the travel back. Do you wish to head straight back to Sylvana's hut, or are you heading somewhere else? Are you trying to do anything else in the swamp?
Do I feel like setting... would I feel like it's more productive just to take the same course we did here? Or is there a way that maybe I can see if I think there's another course that will take me the same amount of time, but I don't see the giant crocodile again?
You can roll me an intelligence survival check as you reread the map over and over to try and assert anything. 15. Looking it over, you see a couple of routes that might work, but they won't save you any time. It might take a little bit longer as you haven't traveled them already.
We said 5 to 8 today, or 5 to 9?
5 to 9.
5 to 9. Okay.
Yeah. So we've got another hour, and then we'll be done. So we get a nice 4-hour session. Is anybody doing anything else in this clearing around this area before heading out?
I'll just point out that we can go the same route we went. Obviously, expect the same amount of time that we took.
Well, no, because you know the map better, and we won't be trudging our way through the difficult terrain part.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's still a chance. I don't know if that's which I mean we don't know either way. If that beast of a crocodile actually hunts there in that location, if they live there, there's these other paths that we know maybe would be safe, maybe would have more dangers, but
Well,
we don't.
if
It's
we
unknown.
hear a dying horse again, we're going to ignore it.
This is true.
Adia just kind of scratches her cat's head.
um,
I feel
okay,
like that
as
was
you
a
begin,
response. It was Maddox.
Maddox is just shouting. No, as you guys begin to head off, Rivers kind of walks over to where the creature was and kind of kicks his way through the ashes a little bit and looks through it and reaches down and kind of picks up something and just walks over to you guys and says, "Don't forget to loot the boss monsters."
I was
And
gonna
hands
ask
you-
if there was anything, any body left.
He hands you 2 emeralds. As you look at them,
Shit, the plants had them.
as you look at them, Adja, you think there might be something more to them.
Magical?
Maybe
Mm,
with your passive arcana.
of 18.
Yeah.
um.
You know when something's magical.
Guys, I could spend. I mean, I don't know if y'all wanna. I don't know. I could spend 10 minutes checking this out real quick and seeing if there's anything cool, or we can just keep moving and do it later. You know what I vote.
What are the options that got choppy for me?
I can spend 10 minutes and see if anything's cool about these things, or I can wait and get back to Sylvania's hut. Well,
I say go for it. I'm still waking up a little bit.
look at the other two sisters.
I know it's just she's down for finding out if there's anything magical about them.
Alira doesn't oppose either.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you wanted my opinion.
Forgive me for asking for it, and she spends 10 minutes doing identify on the emeralds.
Okay. After the 10 minutes is up, you identify the 2 emeralds as elemental gems. They contain a mote of elemental energy. As an action, you can drop the gem on the floor and strike it with a weapon. If you do so, it acts as if you have cast the Conjure Elemental spell and summon a water elemental. Under your control, as if you have cast the spell.
And
Yeah.
so there's 2 of them?
There's 2 of them. They are both one-use items.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as you say, they will allow you to essentially summon a water elemental. And it will last for 1 hour.
Don't have to worry about any of the
However-
crazy, lose control things with it?
Not unless you go unconscious.
Okay.
No, if your concentration is broken, so you have to concentrate on having it, but if you lose control, it will attack anything nearby.
Okay.
However, you must, as it is a water elemental, you must summon it from a body of water. So it doesn't have to be huge, but not like a rain puddle. But you can't summon it in the middle of a dark, dry tunnel, sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I relay to the group what I found out about it and see if any of them look interested in it. I don't ask, I just look and see if their facial expressions seem interested or if they say anything verbally.
Anybody?
What do they do again?
Summon it takes an action. You have to place it somewhere and hit it with a weapon.
Basically, it's a conjure elemental.
And you get to summon a water elemental for an hour, but you do have to keep concentration on it or it will attack others. I can hold on to it and use it, or if you guys think that you're better suited to have one, I can definitely give them to y'all. I don't care either way.
My character will take one.
Okay, I'll give Honora one. Now look at the other two.
If you don't want it, I'll take it then.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. It's just if you feel like you're more capable with using it. You do have to focus on concentrating on it is the main thing. I don't know how.
I got enough concentration stuff. So you go ahead. Keep it.
Does Lyra say anything?
Nope.
Addie will pocket it then. One for her, one for Honora.
Loot has been gained. As you look around the area, you also notice that a lot of the bushes that looked dry and tangled in the area around have all seemingly disappeared.
Oh yeah.
And Rivers has a few new cuts and scrapes across his body.
So he was obviously busy in the middle of the night.
Why was he clearing shrubs?
You gonna ask him?
What's your intelligence? Because that's very on par. If it's like
It's a 10.
eh.
Eh. Oh, Reb's watching. Hi, Reb.
Can I take a moment to look around the place just to see if there's anything else that was.
If you'd like to take a look around the area, roll me an investigation check as you look around.
Okay.
Whew. Yeah, you look around, you realize that it was very likely that these shrubs are now the giant bundles of sticks that litter the area. And you look around, you can identify some of the remains of what appeared to be needle blights
Ooh.
and a couple of disintegrated vine bundles, which you believe to be vine blights, that were probably in the area to basically feed on the leftovers of the man traps. But it appears that River has cleared them all out to ensure you guys had a restful night.
How nice.
My character would obviously actually thank him for doing that. We would be out on our own if you weren't here, technically, and we would have to have dealt with that ourselves. So I appreciate the assistance.
He sort of nods to you and says, "Hey, I mean, you guys needed the rest. You did a damn good job against those man traps. The least I can do is ensure you get to sleep." He does look quite tired.
Oh no.
He appreciates the thanks. And then kind of brushes himself down and says, "All right, then, let's go." And kind of coughs awkwardly at the situation. And decides to head out.
Yeah, I guess we go back the same way we went.
Okay. As you are following a path you have already followed, I will only need one D100 from somebody during this trip.
That
I'll
it.
do it. No, I'll do it.
Okay.
I like rolling 1d100.
I don't. I feel like
It
I'm.
isn't. Go ahead.
No.
I
It
like
is a
the
completely
RNG.
uneventful trip, apart from the forcing your way through the bog and just getting dirty as you travel. It's uneventful. A nice restful day. But you continue on. Because you're following a path and you're not scraping through the mud, by the time you arrive, it's only about 4 p.m. You still have another 4 or 5 hours worth of sleep, worth of sunlight. But you will return to the hut. Once again, you guys jump your way over the river and make your way back up the hill.
Can I just like be on one of their backs and make them jump?
Antony, will you let her be a backpack?
Yes.
Okay.
Or I'll just hold her.
Yeah, he just bridle carries you and jumps across. And you both land fairly easily. You've done the check once. I'm not going to make you do it again. Oh, he rolled it anyway.
There we go.
No, he rolled it. That was a 10. You get about 2/3 of the way across, and then you just land into the water, and you're suddenly knee deep in mud and waist deep in water.
And
But
I'd
I
like
can think
try
of
to
water.
push off of him to say I made it.
Roll athletics.
Oh no!
So she rolls a 1 and just splashes into the water next to him.
Oh, athletics. Apparently, I don't have athletics. Okay, so strength. Heh.
You manage to push off and jump the final distance and make it to the other bank. Totally on your own, with no help from anyone.
I just wanted to see what the roll would be.
You guys make it to the hag's hut, Savannah's hut with all the hags around it. What would you like to do? How would you like to proceed? I have dragged you onto it. Yes, I have. Okay. Just making sure.
What is the blue circle again on your character?
Spell points.
Magic.
So,
Yeah.
And red
So
is
I'll update Alira's and Antony's tokens for next session, so that we don't have this trouble with tokens not updating.
yes.
So Alira leads the charge. And Antony, no, you're not allowed in the hut. Bad Antony, no. Alira leads the charge and walks up to the door of the hut. I'm assuming there's a knock, 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 knock.
No, just stand there. Of
Just
course,
stand
yeah,
there.
no, I knock.
You knock, and there's a few moments goes by before you hear a yes.
We're back.
It's a bit of shuffling, and then the top half of the door opens a little bit, and she see a little face peek out, and then she realizes it's you, and she opens the door up a bit, and you see a Slavana standing there. Oh, you're back. That was quick. Did you manage to get those flowers?
We did.
Thank you. With those, I can help my sisters sleep for a week to help you guys. Can I have them?
Yes, here. And I
Okay.
hand her my 2.
You handed the 2. She gives you a faint smile and withdraws a step into her hut and puts them into a wooden bowl on the side, ready to be used.
Will they come
Was
tonight?
Yes, I'll make sure the stew tonight is special for them, so they are rested.
We'll camp at our usual spot and we'll check in the morning. And then we'll be
Okay.
off.
Thank you. Was there much trouble?
It was tough, but we managed.
She does show some significant worry across her face as you say that, kind of peeks around you to see who else is around.
I don't know how big this bridge is. I don't know if I walk up
It's
next to
only
her.
really one person wide. It just doesn't quite
Okay.
line up. Adja, roll me a passive perception check.
Passive perception or just
No, sorry, not
perception?
passive. Just roll me a perception check. Okay.
My passive
worries.
perception, basically.
Yeah, you don't notice anything. Yeah.
No.
She looks around and makes sure to look at all of you and make sure you're there. Says, "Okay. Do you need anything more from me?"
No.
Do you know
Well,
mend?
What'd you just ask?
Do you know mend?
Oh.
No. It's not
Okay.
really something in my repertoire.
it's okay. You're going. And I
Okay,
kind of
thank you.
turn Antoni around and push him off the yeah.
She sort of comes to the door and sort of leans out and watches you guys and kind of gives a little wave.
I do a little head nod as I retreat.
Okay.
Adia does this little awkward kind of like swing in place because she doesn't want to ask for information about who cool, juicy information she really, really wants to know. But she's just going to stand there for a second, real awkward, and then she turns around and goes with the rest of the group.
Savannah kind of stands there for a second, really awkward, and sort of looks back at you and kind of raises a hand like, "Hi," and then you turn around and she's like, "Okay," closes the top of the door,
Thank you.
and she goes about doing her thing.
The whole roof moves.
She's on top of the roof.
Oh,
Do we have to redo the lean-to?
No, the lean-to is still there.
Cool.
I mean, it'd take a little bit just to redo a little bit of the wood stuff that started to fall, but it's not a lot of work. Yeah, the lean-to is fine. Are you guys just gonna spend the rest of the evening off, relax, chill, and wait for the morning? Or are you going to be doing anything in the meantime?
I'm gonna be writing in my journal.
Okay.
Adia kind of just, I don't know. She kind of wants to, I don't know.
Kind of wants to go back and talk to Savania, but kind of doesn't.
Yeah, she kind of just keeps like walking in that direction, then walking back, walking in that direction, then walking back.
Roll me another perception check.
Hey!
Okay. Every time you start getting close, you hear a little noise. Like it sounds like movements coming from inside the hut, and then you turn around, and it sounds like the movement kind of stops. It's like she's almost preparing to go to the door every time you come close, and then stops every time you turn away.
I should just do it, Maddox. I should just do it, right? I should just go in there and be assertive and ask if she is willing to talk about this stuff. It's not a big deal. It's not anything that's gonna destroy the world or anything. Just go over there and talk, right? Right?
He's standing at your feet, and he just sort of turns his head and looks up at you and just goes, "Mow." No
You're-
actual words. All he says is just "mow."
Meow.
And then she looks back at the fact that Alir is still there, heavily writing notes, and she's like, okay, out of the two evils right now, which one do I want to deal with? And then she bravely goes to the hut.
I assume everybody else is over here in the lean-to.
She does not make it sneaky at whatsoever that she's going back to the hut if anybody reacts any type of way. Mao Zedong?
Is it down? Yes. Suddenly, your cat becomes Chinese.
I guess.
There's like
This is
a
communist.
moment where Illyra thinks of saying something not to Adia, but to Tony. And then she's like, nope, just gonna mind my own business.
Okay. As you start crossing the bridge, you're sort of reaching out to knock on the door, and the top just opens up, and it's Savannah. She's like, hello.
Hi. Sorry for bothering you.
It's okay.
I was just um may I don't know if you would be possibly willing to maybe have a conversation about the stuff that we kind of talked about before we left. I don't know if you're not feeling up to it or whatever, but I'm
Uh,
here alone.
she like as you say she wants to. Do you want to have a conversation? She kind of perks up a little bit, and then you say about the stuff we talked about before, and she kind of drops off a little bit. I, I suppose if you would like to, do you
Oh,
want to come in?
if you want to have a regular conversation, we do not have to talk about the stuff. Obviously, that's what I want to talk about, but I'm also wanting to, you know, not upset you. So if regular talk would not upset you, I am down for that.
I can try and answer some of your questions about stuff, but
Uh,
don't be upset if I feel uncomfortable at certain things.
I mean, I'm pretty uncomfortable right now, so I don't think I can be upset.
That makes two of us.
My uncharismatic character, I'm trying.
This uncharismatic person is also trying.
Do you,
What is your charisma again, actually?
-1.
About on the same par. So she kind of opens the door and takes a step back, and you can come in and sit on the box, essentially, and you two can have a light conversation. Essentially, that you have a general conversation, unless you really want to roleplay us just chatting.
Oh, no,
But if
no,
you
no,
have
no, we
any
don't.
specific questions, ask them, and I'll tell you if she tells you.
Oh, she definitely like tries to start off casual and like talks a little bit about her time living in in the wooded sequestered kind of cave area that she lived in with her teacher, and she kind of like tries to talk about how it's similar and different to like this little area and tries to be, complimentary, but sometimes it might sound critical. She just can't help it. It's just the way she talks.
Mhm.
But she
Kind of nods along, and if you mention any location name, she has no idea what you're talking about. But she just sort of nods along and seems interested in what you're saying. She produces a drink from somewhere and sits there with it, and like offers you some
she
a different cup if you want some.
she
It's
would
like
take it.
it's a strange sort of flower tea. You can still see the flower is sitting in the bottom, but it's essentially leaf water. But it tastes good.
Yeah, that's different, interesting, great. Do you mind me asking how old you are?
She kind of
That's really rude,
almost
I know.
withdraws. Um, After you.
I am 6. Are we 26, guys?
27.
20. Okay, we're
27.
I'm 27.
Okay. I'm 727.
Do we have the same birthday too?
What's your birthday?
The 36th of fall harvest.
No. Mine is the 13th of spring sowing. 36th of February. 36th?
I
26th
approve of our fall birthday, by the way.
Sorry, I'm an October baby. Um, are your sisters like? Are they the same age, younger, older?
They're younger than me. Uh, Nadia is only 692, and then our younger sister Venera is only 660. Our people don't have a lot of children very quickly.
Well, with a lifespan of that, I don't see a reason to rush it.
Yes.
I don't know if that's offensive. I mean, someone as old as you looking as good as you do, I don't feel like old age is an offensive thing like it would be with us.
You say that, and you see her green cheeks turn red, and she kind of just takes a long sip of her drink.
She means it in like the most, like, not trying to come on to her, but just like the most dry fact way possible, and very uncharismatic. She doesn't know how to like hit on people, even if she wanted to.
Still finds it quite embarrassing, and just red cheek takes a drink. This person has not had a lot of communication with people for a long time.
Do you mind if I ask the name of your race? Don't know if that's too private. If it is, it's okay.
I don't know. Maybe after you save my sisters, we can decide together if we want to. It's a very private thing for us.
Oh yeah, and you do have to think about your sisters. Is Sylvan your native tongue, though?
She drops into Silver and then says, "Yes, we feel much more comfortable in this, the tongue of our homeland."
She will continue to talk in Sylvan for the rest of the conversation.
Okay. She does seem to open up a little bit more now you've swapped into Sylvan. Seems less uncomfortable.
She'll eventually like kind of make it to where like talk about how all of her siblings were raised in a monastery by a god that was heavily aligned with the Sylvan language. She's not quite sure why or how, but that's the reason she knows it. She's kind of grown up with it. Trying to think if there's any other question I want to poke in there. She will ask, has she always lived here in this hut, or if like it became like, does she move around, or is this just like always been her place?
We've been here for about 200 years. Before that, we lived further out in a normal forest, just in some plains. But we were found there and chose to leave before anything happened. Before that, about 200 years before that, we lived in one of the cities, one of the few remaining areas our people were allowed before the purges made it there. And even longer before that, when I was young and Venera had barely been born, our parents and us lived in the capital, where we walked freely amongst everyone.
Okay, so like my brain is reverse engineering 707 years. I know anything about a capital.
770 years ago, the Great Empire that once covered the entire continent still existed.
Mm-hmm.
And the capital was a city that probably had about 10 million people in it. And was the other side of the continent. So if I pop to the world map, so the capital was originally over here.
Oh.
And now you guys are, as I say, way over here in this area. So as I say, initially they were there, and then you don't know where the second city they're talking about was, and then they were talking about somewhere in here near a forest, and now you are sort of in that area.
First, she would ask her which one does she prefer the most. Like city, the swamp, the capital.
I prefer the capital when my parents were alive.
Was it like industrial or was it more? No.
She kind of shrugs, and you can see she's very uncomfortable remembering this far back, but
Mhm.
she's trying to answer your questions. She's kind of, playing with her hands and rubbing her neck. Occasionally, she's like, from what I remember, it's very bright, lots of white everywhere. And there were parks and places in the city that you could go to see nature. I think we lived near one.
You're not gonna move because we found you here, are you? Because we're not. I don't. I'm sure my siblings don't plan on telling anybody that you're here. If we would, we wouldn't be helping you as much as we would. We are.
That will depend on what my sisters say, but I don't think so, as long as you guys promise not to tell anyone.
Last thing she's gonna ask before, like, as they're wrapping up, finishing their tea.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if I might want, whenever I have some downtime or in the area again, is there any chance that like I could swing by and if your sisters are okay with me, come and talk to you guys, maybe hang out? I know that you kind of like being a hermit, but my teacher, whenever she had students like me, um, I brought some type of something that she was not used to having, and I don't want to say happiness, but she definitely wasn't bored anymore.
She does kind of brighten up at the idea of you coming back. He says, yes, if my sisters don't decide for us to move, I would be welcoming to you to returning.
Well, I have made us both awkward and uncomfortable enough for the evening. Um, I'm going to go to sleep. Hopefully, my sister, who apparently mad at me about something, will be asleep by now, and I will talk to you after we solve all these problems, maybe.
Okay, thank you for everything you're doing for us. I'll see you in the morning before you head out. Or
If
will
you
you just go?
Do you want us to stop by before we leave? Because we can.
Uh,
I don't want to. That's the thing. I don't want to like make you uncomfortable. I can't tell. Sometimes I'm making you uncomfortable.
maybe just so I can confirm whether or not my sisters took the potion.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And she kind of stands up and like opens the door ready for you to leave. Then
Do you want Maddox to stay with you tonight? He likes you.
it's just Maddox has been sat outside this whole time. He just looks up as the door opens and says, Mao. She sort of reaches down, she pulls out a bowl and like gets some milk and says, hey, here, little one. And Maddox comes in and kind of looks at you disaffectionately and then looks at this person because she's giving him treats.
Hey, I could say you. Whatever. Do you want him to be here tonight? Because he absolutely loves you almost more than me. If I was any more self-conscious than what I am, I probably would be offended. But it's okay.
Uh, as long as you guys aren't, as long as he's not going to tell anybody anything.
I won't look through his eyes.
She looks at you surprised, like, you can do what?
I can look through his eyes and hear through his ears and smell through his nose.
Okay, please don't do that.
I won't do that
Okay, thank
tonight. She murmurs under her breath.
Yeah, she seems happy for Maddox to stay in her hut for the night, and while awkward, she is somewhat grateful for the conversation.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm awkward too, so
Yeah, no, You leave for the night for a few awkward goodbyes, and you realize that you've been in there for about like 6 hours chatting at this point, and it is getting quite late. It's about like it's nearly 11 at this point, and it is dark out.
I want to say, as you leave her hut, you see Antony on a move. They used
On a-
find Steed, never looking for him.
You summon a celestial or fey moose.
My mic was Fey Moose.
Fey moose, just standing 10 foot at the shoulder with Antony straddling its back. That's a hell of a sight. Good lord.
and she just is sitting there. What are you doing? As she approaches him, if he's close by.
I met a friend. He's gonna be staying with us for a bit. It's okay. He doesn't really eat, but I'm gonna feed him anyway.
Maddox doesn't eat, and I feed him as much as possible. It's actually the only way he loved me.
I'll give you a sheep for your moose, Gibby.
Thank you.
I'm going to bed because I just realized talking to people is tiring. And she goes to the campsite to see maybe Alira asleep, maybe not.
You guys will realize it's about 11, and you haven't seen your sister for like 6 hours, and then she appears. Is anybody awake for this? Either Nora or Lyra?
Honora says she is. Alira?
I am pretending to be asleep.
Adia does her normal, like, here's a couple alarm spells around the place as kind of just like it's become a ritual thing. Like, just because the swamp hags aren't attacking us doesn't mean there aren't weird creatures that won't attack us. And she finds the furthest from Alira to sleep, and she goes to sleep.
Okay. So the four of you rest. Antony, are you doing anything besides from sitting on your moose, or are you going to return to sleep after a while?
I'm gonna return to sleep.
Okay, your moose kind of sits outside, and Maddox sort of comes outside and looks up at the moose, and the moose looks down at him, and they sort of stare at each other. You both get a sense that they're talking to each other, but you can't tell what they're saying, seeing as they're both
Okay.
fey spirits.
Understandable.
It's like, do you remember the party at Mike's last week? Yeah, you guys bed down for the night. You relax, and we will restart. We will join next session as we wake up in the morning for the next leg of this adventure.
Sweet.
Sweet. I hope you guys have enjoyed this session, and I hope our watchers have enjoyed watching. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, that is it. The third adventure into Knights Ordained.